baby.
We are the X-Men. Together, we're unstoppable.
Plenty of tricks up my sleeve.
Oh dear.
We are the dawn that breaks his night.
We're soldiers.
Whatever forces await, we shall face them together.
He's the X-Men's most diabolical foe, Apocalypse.
I will be all that is left.
That's right. And if I get any smart remarks, I'm gonna Phantom Zone everybody, and I will be all that's left. I'm just saying. What's up, Collector? What's up, G Major? And what up, Anik Jones? How you guys doing? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. We are here to talk about Episode 5, X-Men 97. Danny, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays at 6:45, 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here. And then we do this channel, first three Mondays of the month on Chaos Central. Hang out on Wednesdays and Storms Live later on tonight at 8.
Absolutely. Mr. Knight, you are next.
Yeah, you can find me on Vertical Review 3000 Chaos Central, of course, with these two gentlemen, first three Mondays of the month. And you can find me tonight on my channel with the weekly wrap-up where we go through news stories, show totally not realistic, but we like to believe they are, games, toys, all sorts of funny stuff. It's just like late night TV, except without the big budget. That's all.
And late night TV is a lot more fun to watch. Jen, go ahead.
No, it is not more fun. Listen, I will die on the hill that David Letterman did. The only reason why I don't have the ratings is because, well, people don't like me. There you go. That's just
I was gonna say something, but I'll be nice. Go ahead.
I'll
Jen.
say it. You don't have a black audience, okay?
Oh, but I do. Some of the, black people like me.
Just saying, is that why y'all are up on top? Is it because of the contrast?
100%. I mean, you could be in the middle. Chris definitely has to be on bottom, right? You could be on the middle. Chris needs to be on the bottom, though. That's all.
Wow.
Go ahead, Jen. Tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can catch me on Nerdy AF with my crew. We actually just did a video reviewing the Odyssey. You can also catch me with Sci-Fi Vision and also with Real Cinema Therapy, and of course right here with Big Afford Entertainment.
Absolutely, 100%. Anik Jones said Danny got his explanation that he wanted from Wolverine getting his adamantium. We're going to get into that. We're definitely going to get into that. I just want to know what you guys' overall thoughts of this episode. We'll start on the end. Jen, what are your overall thoughts of this episode?
I definitely liked the whole kickback that it was to it. I thought it might be kind of oddly placed. We had like such a momentum going, and this episode kind of really took us out of like everything that was going on with Apocalypse and what's going on back in the future. I kind of like going into it, we see like Forge in there, so I was like waiting to see something happen with like that time jump. It's the first time we've really seen like Forge in the credits. I didn't see that. I liked the episode as it is. I think it played, it definitely gave me remnants and it paid homage to a bunch of horror films that we've seen before in the past. I loved the whole Brood and the way like Wolverine looked. I loved it. I did think, he got his shit back awfully quick, and everything kind of, for people that know, it was amazing. Like, I knew exactly who the characters were. I didn't really appreciate that some of them were like killed off just like that without any explanation. And for newer people, they had no idea like what just happened. If I went from episode 4 to 5, am I on the right season? It didn't kind of click for certain people. I mean, they can go look it up, but that kind of threw me off because I was like so hard on like the whole everything, like 10 out of 10 for like everything. And then we went to this episode and it's necessary and I liked it. Again, I think it might be oddly placed, but it wasn't for what it was, it looked amazing. It just knowing the comics and what it was, that kind of makes me take back a little bit on the scoring of it.
I got you. What about you, Chris?
That's a great way of putting it. I think the episode was good. I don't have any issues with the episode. I think the way they handled the subject matter, the material was well done. But like I said, it almost feels like we're watching X-Men 97 adjacent or a spinoff, like a Wolverine spinoff from X-Men 97. So this is Wolverine from X-Men 97, but it's a spinoff, his own spinoff from it, that he occasionally comes into X-Men 97. It was very disjointed because, like Jen said, lots of momentum going into this, and they could have carried that momentum into this episode by briefly touching in on some of the points that have already been, explored. But they like just totally. This is not the solo episode. It's so weird that they would go this far a different direction already this season.
So that episode was shit with Wolverine. I like the Broad Wolverine joining his two hated enemies and got his adamantium too easy. Apocalypse gave him his medal. Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Agree.
We're definitely gonna get into that because I do agree. I think everything happened really too quick. But Danny, your overall thoughts? You're muted, Danny. As you should be.
Silence. I think you and I discussed this earlier. This episode seemed disjointed. If it was me, I would have played this first. I would have it's been a couple of weeks or months after Magneto took the adamantium from Wolverine, and he just pissed off and mad about it and trying to figure out a way to get it back, and he used this way to get it back. They would have did that first and then go into the Apocalypse storyline. I think that would have been more cohesive. This just seemed a little disjointed to me, but overall, I saw one of my favorite villains.
Yes.
So I liked the video. The episode. I just think it was kind of out of sequence. I think is what the word that I used towards you.
And even what you just brought up, like in comparison or in contrast, I'm not sure which words he used, to be honest, but we just had Apocalypse, and then they bought out. You haven't said his name yet. They brought out OR. I'll say, right? So that was like, but wait, that's kind of confused. Like, where are we going with this? Like, you know where I'm going with it? Because he's always been contained is probably the best thing that I could say about it. And they kind of, it makes it seem very chaotic right now. You don't really know where episode 6 is going to go. And I know it's not going to continue with this Wolverine, but they just opened up a can of worms that nobody else really kind of knows about because he went rogue and did his own shit like he normally fucking does. So
now,
how does that tie back in?
You get Apocalypse out there and OR.
Oh my God.
So don't suckers think if OR becomes a horseman.
Oh my gosh.
So
that would be fire.
Game over.
Yep.
That would be fire.
He'd probably be able to like imitate other horsemen as well, which would probably be bro.
I liked this. I like this episode. Like I said, I thought it was okay, right? But I agree with everybody else, kind of disconjointed, and I will get to our negatives because I don't want to get into that already. But I thought it was definitely misplaced. Like, if you would have even put this before Age of Apocalypse Part 1, it would have been a little bit better because you have Age of Apocalypse, then Part 2, and then you can continue on where you're going. But now it's like Jen says, like, where are we actually going with this, right? And I believe it was Brian that said last week that it was Bo DeMayo did the first 4, and then the next 5 or whatever next episodes are from the new writers. So if this is their way of switching up things, I don't know, man. So we're going to see if they continue to get it right and go into the right places. But I just thought this episode was misplaced more than anything.
I definitely think it's necessary to see him get his adamantium back because he wasn't Wolverine. He lost his confidence, his edge. So I don't mind about the way he got it. I know it's not comic book accurate, but the way that he got it and the way they did it, I thought was pretty. It worked to me. In my mind, it worked.
It did. One thing I wish though, because I know from the comics when Wolverine lost his adamantium, he went crazy, went feral, right? Like he went had this anger issue and shit that was, and I wish we would have got to see a little bit more of that before he got his adamantium back. I think that would have been better. You know what I mean? But I do agree with you. If if they're going to go with the onslaught plot, which I believe that's where they're going now, right? If they're gonna go with the onslaught plot, you got to get it back to where it is. So you have to have this episode where Wolverine gets his adamantium back. So I get that. I just hope they go back to what we want to see, and that's onslaught or Age of Apocalypse or wherever they're gonna go. I think that would be great. But let's get into our positives real quick. Danny, start
I'm
with
going to
you.
use this comparison. Out of like Star Trek, I always hated Pike. I thought he was the weakest captain ever. But then when I saw him in Strange New Worlds, I got a new respect for him. Same thing with Morph. Morph is useless. But this episode, Morph, I kind of like him. And that last scene he had, Wolverine was like, "Go ahead and say it." He just kind of, and I thought it was really good that interaction between the two of them, and how he described each particular member of the team and his little words of wisdom or morphisms, I guess we would call it. He would say here and there, and now how the rest of them wanted to leave Wolverine, and he's like, "No, we're not doing that." It's kind of cool too how they always use these characters that we know but aren't really in the universe. You always change to transform to them. That's pretty cool. But this was a very good episode. Like I said, Wolverine and Magneto are probably my two favorite X-Men. To see this storyline, it didn't tick me off. Like I said, it was just out of sequence, I believe. And I'm very happy. Like Andy Jones said, they left off a cliffhanger. So now we at least know what happened. So I'm glad they kind of put closure to that and kind of tied it up in a nice little bow. Maybe not as smooth or seamless as we have wanted it to be, but for the most part, I'm cool with it.
What about seeing Omega Red?
Oh man, fantastic! He's one of my favorite underrated villains. I would like to see more of him. I wish they would have done a Wolverine movie back then, showing him fighting live action Omega Red. Maybe that's in the works now. So I think he'd be maybe like the LOWKEY version, and then Apocalypse would be in more like Thanos. I can see that working.
So Nzo, we did see Feral Wolverine when he helped Forge out in the first episode. Yeah, but it wasn't enough though, right? We got to see him in that little fight action scene, but I don't think it was enough. I think I would have liked to have seen more of that. You know what I mean? But I get it. Hey, Monique, how you doing? Thank you for popping in. Chris, your positives?
Again, I guess almost the cerebral or what if way this episode was, the supernatural side of it, the almost zombie slash. I mean, I thought almost for a second when I first saw it that they were going to jump in actual like aliens from like Alien versus Predator or some weird crap like that. I thought, okay, are they? Because the way they just did everything, it was just very interesting and very like I said, it's almost like a Elseworlds or a What If episode more than it was an X-Men 97. So the graphic nature of a lot of what we saw, the changing of Wolverine into the whatever you want to call it, the alien crossover. The bird. All that stuff. It's like, I like how they did it, but again, I guess I'll wait till
I guess you're gonna have more negatives than positives.
I don't know about having more. Just things. I mean, again, visual styling, great. Mega Red, great. I'm okay with how he got his adamantium back. I don't think that's the issue with this episode. Morph, definitely, because I think that they used his character in this episode perfectly by jumping so many other characters into this episode that normally wouldn't have shown up. So that was definitely, like Danny said, that was a very good highlight for this episode.
Absolutely.
Those are my likes.
G Major sent a $4, super chat. Said probably the last 3 episodes will get back to Apocalypse. I hope so, right? Because I think that's where we needed to go with this, and that's where we want to go with this. So I really do hope it does get back to Apocalypse. Jen, go ahead with your positives.
So seeing Omega Red was huge. Again, and it, like, going back kind of was like, but wait, you got Apocalypse, like what's going on with that? But I loved seeing that. And again, I thought Morph really kind of stepped up in this episode. And like you guys said, all the different characters it brought in, and at that point it kind of clicked. Where, we didn't really get introduced to the characters that were in the very beginning of the episode and where they come from. You kind of really have to know. And then we see Morph change into many different characters that you kind of don't know if you don't know like what the Alpha Force is and how that was the Canadian version. So there you go, on. So the Canadian version's in a little bit. So we got to see all of that and I loved it. But last episode you saw Morph like change into Jean Grey and say like I love you, and here at the end like he has like no words and goes and sits with Deathstrike, because I think at that point he kind of understands why Deathstrike hates Logan, so why he hates Wolverine so much, because he is ultimately selfish and a liar and he doesn't really realize what he's doing, and he kind of just says fuck it, I don't care, and he lied and manipulated to them. So you kind of see that shift in the dynamic, and I kind of really loved that. I thought that was done very well. You really got to feel that. So if you're wondering like why this episode kind of happened, so if you kind of just look at that, and that was the highlight, like everything that Morph did and his reaction compared to last episode to me was chef's kiss. And then seeing Omega Red, I was just really happy with all that. All the different characters we got to see was just great. Even the crossovers, like Thing and Deadpool, it was just amazing. I was like, oh, oh, oh. Oh,
You're muted,
you're muted.
like you
Shit,
should
my
be.
Oh,
So Danny had internet problems. I don't know, I guess, but when he's ready, I guess he'll come back in. All right, we can keep him out for a little bit. But so no, I lost my train of thought now. Oh,
Good.
okay. Yeah, so when Morph turned into Puck, I was like, oh, Alpha Flight, and I was like, okay, it's only Morph, right? Because I thought we were gonna get to see them, but no, they didn't come in. So I wish we would have saw them.
yeah,
He likes Silver
too, right?
Samurai a lot too, because he turns into him a lot.
Yes, yes. And it better than that trash ass samurai they tried to give us in that Wolverine movie. That's for damn sure. But
Oh, oh,
Yes.
God, that was so horrible.
oh, X Men
Sorry, that was
Wolverine,
awful.
Origins. Yeah, that movie was
Yes, that
absolute
was.
trash.
Oh
Absolute
God.
trash. I hated
Like,
that movie.
what? I was like, what comic did you take this from? Just please let me know, because it doesn't fucking exist. I'm sorry. I was so angry.
Facts. Now, I liked seeing Wolverine turn into the Brood. I thought that was cool. I remember that happening to him in the comics, actually. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool, right? One thing I want to say before I get to my positives, right? I was going back and I was watching these videos about Age of Apocalypse, right? Because we were talking about a lot of stuff about Age of Apocalypse. Man, there are some things that I thought were okay. So we talked about Storm and Wolverine having a relationship and kissing. That wasn't in the Age of Apocalypse comic book. That was in the cartoon. They did that in the cartoon. They didn't actually do that in the comic book. So I thought it was a comic book stuff, and I was like, oh, I guess I was wrong with that, right? But I still want them to go to that, to Age of Apocalypse, but I feel like they're fast tracking to Onslaught instead, right? So maybe we'll get Onslaught first and then get to the Age of Apocalypse. I don't know, but I feel like they're going to Onslaught, especially with. I watched a video and someone said the next episode has a lot of characters in it that have to do big with the Onslaught story. So if they go there, I'm okay. I still like the Onslaught storyline too as well. So I like that it's leading up to that. I loved seeing Morph transform into, like, whenever he does it, it fools me, right? And I know it fooled Danny too, because Danny was like, hey, when did Thor get in there? Like, it's Morph, right? So I get caught with that shit too. But I like that they're doing all these different heroes and he's
I
not
hate
just
that.
transform.
What's Thor
Why?
doing in this?
I know, Danny, it catches me too sometimes. But I like the fact that he's actually changing into other characters, and it's not just, X-Men characters or something like that, right? We're getting Avengers characters and all that
Yes.
stuff. So
Didn't he
that's
turn to
good
Spider
too.
Man
that
one
was
time?
Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
thought
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So
Is that
that's smart.
all this
that's
crossover.
what I said. They
Yeah.
used his character in this episode perfectly because there was no reason for those other superheroes to be in there,
Right.
except for you have more. So all he's trying to do is he's using their individual powers or their individual influence on different people in the scene. For instance, Wolverine when he turns to Jean Grey, those things. He uses their powers or their imagery or who they are in the moment that it suits him best for the situation. So that was a very well done. It was very well done for this episode. How they did that. The usage of him was perfect.
Let me get
Absolutely.
this question because I'm not. When Puck
Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
transforms into these individuals, does he have their powers or he just?
Yes.
So if he's to turn to Scarlet Witch, he would be just as powerful as she would.
I don't know if just
not
as powerful, but he would have her powers, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I would say
It's
that.
kind of like Rogue in a sense, except for he's mimicking instead of
I get Rogue.
drawing.
She's actually absorbing their DNA or whatever. But he's not
Yes.
doing anything. He's more like a mirror.
Exactly. He mimics what they do. So as long as he knows aspects of how they do something or aspects of what it looks like, he can mimic it.
Right, but he has to have met them before,
Exactly.
Okay.
which
So
was the huge part for me, right? Because that means he's seen and met all of these characters that he's turning into.
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So if he hasn't met anybody, he can't turn into them.
Correct.
I got you.
Well, wait, Jen,
I need to. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Jen, correct me if I'm wrong though. He can look like them if he's seen them. Like not necessarily met them. If he had been shown a picture of them or something like that,
Yeah.
can't he do that?
He can mimic them, but it's like he can't
It's
hold
very
it.
one note.
I don't know how to
No,
explain.
exactly. It's very
It's-
very one note and it's very quick.
It's very quick. He can mimic
Yes,
them very
yeah.
quickly from seeing something, but he can say like maybe a half a line and then he goes right back to being Morph. He can't hold it unless he's met them.
Yes.
Right.
And if he's met them, can he hold it for as long as he wants to, or does he have a time limit that he can hold it as well?
I'm going to assume there's a time limit that he can hold it for because I've never seen him hold it for that much longer, but he
Yeah.
can at least pull off some moves before he
Let me ask
goes
Google.
back. Yeah,
right.
definitely ask Google now because I've never seen him hold it for like longer than an action fight scene, and then he goes
Okay.
back to Morph, and then he'll change to somebody else if need be. Kind of like we saw in the fight scene here where he changed to different people. So I know he can pull off like an action stunt, like using their powers. I don't know if he can do multiple times in that form.
I got
And
you.
that I'm not really sure of. I'm just thinking back. I'm
It
like,
says right here, Morph is a shapeshifter mutant whose abilities allow him to transform into any person, animal, or object, taking on all their physical attributes. This means he can replicate traits such as super strength, super speed like Quicksilver, flight like Angel, claws, wings, or other physical features, bulk or size. However, Morph cannot use the energy base or psychonic powers of any being he mimics.
okay.
That'd be physical stuff.
So he couldn't use Cyclops optic blast, basically. I got you.
And
Now
we
I
didn't
need.
see him use it either when he did transform to Cyclops.
You're right.
He didn't use it.
You're right. Now, Anik Jones asks, is Morph gay? Because it seems like he wanted to F Wolverine because when he watched Wolverine take a shower in season 1 as Jen was kind of sus. So first off,
Yeah.
if we know the person that did season 1, there's a good chance.
Yep.
There's a good chance. But I mean,
I'm pretty sure he confessed his love as Jean Grey to Wolverine. That was like real. That
Yes.
wasn't just like
Yes.
let me act like Jean Grey. That was like
yes.
him doing it because he's
Yes.
like completely in love with Wolverine, 100% gay.
Yes. And we don't judge, so we don't care.
judge.
You know what I
don't give
mean?
a shit, but to me it's very obvious that like he is completely in love with Wolverine and Wolverine does not reciprocate here. He's in the comic books though. Wolverine like really like pushes to make sure that Morph doesn't get kicked off the team. Like he's more of a friend to him, and it's like kind of insinuated that Morph likes him like that. But back then it was like just insinuated. Like no one really came out and said it. Like 30 years later, here we are, and we have no problem saying it. So now they're just more pronounced about things we already kind of figured out from the clues as 90s people, from that era, right?
100%. Like Baudemare literally said that scene with Magneto where he's hung up and he's in his briefs. Yeah, he did that on purpose. He said it. So he can hold it for as long as he wants to. He stayed in human form and didn't change back.
Oh, that's true. He was in human form for a while, but when he changes into other characters, though, I've never seen him stay in a character for very long. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not possible. I'm just saying I'm trying to remember where it's like multiple action scenes.
No, I agree with you. I think he could probably stay human, but to mimic like a superhero, that might be an issue or something like that, right? Because humans, we don't have no powers, so it's just turn into human. But if you're turning into a superhero, then you got to mimic their powers and whatever you can. So it would make sense that he couldn't stay there long as all. I liked the fact that he was the moral voice of this episode. You know what I mean? That was really well done. Like Danny said, he was one of those characters I never hated him, but because I know in the original X Men, he has a big plot there, right? He goes bad and all of that stuff, right? So there's a
Yep.
real big plot in the first one. So I liked that. Omega Red coming out was absolutely fire. I was like, finally we get to see, and he was no slouch. I'll give him that. I just think they kind of beat him a little bit easy, but he was no slouch. He did his thing. It was good to see him in that.
His
What
metal is
else?
called something different than Wolverine's. It's like carbononium or something like that. Carbonium or
I don't
something.
know.
I don't know either.
His cables, they got a different name. They're not adamantium. They're something.
Cable's arm's not adamantium.
No, no, I'm saying the cables that come out of his arm.
Oh, the
Oh,
cables
the
that come under the.
tentacles. They were like brood, whatever. They were green, like the brood, right? Because he had been in that brood liquid.
Hold on.
So it's like he wasn't a brood the way Wolverine was, but he definitely they were green. So I assumed it was
Oh,
that.
So you're saying the brood took over him?
I
No,
thought
I
they
don't
couldn't
think.
because he was dead. Like his mutant power is like he's like a
Oh,
vampire.
he's already dead. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think they said something like that.
That's what they said in the episode that they
Yeah, I
couldn't take
think.
over his body. That's why they had him kind of like in suspended animation.
Right.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
and I don't and he's not dead really. They just thought he was. So I feel like when he broke out, he was the one that can actually control the brood and that's where he got the tentacles from was like that was him using the brood. Even though it wasn't controlling him the way it controlled Wolverine, which shows
Hmm.
how powerful that like he is because he was able to wake up, convince everybody else that he was dead, completely wake up and then control the brood when they've been trying to make it control him and he's been non receptive to anything. And then when, of course, because he hates them, he comes out and does what he does with Wolverine. And I thought it was him controlling the brood, which is obviously more powerful than any of them because they would not be able to do that.
What up, Fado? Are you happy now, Anik Jones? I wasn't being funny. It's just, we happy now? There. There.
His,
Now we.
his cables are made out of something called carbonadium.
Ooh, he
It,
said.
but
No, it's going ahead. I was just saying, Fado said Odyssey was dope, so that's another one. Okay. Okay, Fado.
It's
I,
good.
tr- I trust your takes on movies for sure.
It's different than like the original movie they made, and it's different than the actual story, but it's not that different. And it's done very well. It's a Nolan film. I mean, 99.9% of his films are freaking amazing.
Except when he does superhero movies like the Batman, Dark Knight Rises, and
I don't think that you
Batman
know what you're talking
Begins.
about there, Hanzo.
I'm
Danny,
just saying.
can I get a second opinion, Danny? Does he know what
it's
he's
amazing
talking
that
about?
those.
I, I had to kick Danielle
Those-
before he said anything. You know what I mean? He said
Critically acclaimed.
Yeah, we heard you. Carbonadium is a fictional, highly radioactive
Okay.
medic from Marvel Comics, developed by the USSR. Is a cheaper, more malleable alternative to adamantium. Okay.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because he's Russian.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I
They
did
made
what
it that they made it that lime green though, so I'm sorry that I was completely
Oh.
mistaken.
No, go ahead. Hold on. Let me bring it up and show it. Just give me a
I knew he
second.
was his. They wasn't that name. There was something else. They
You,
got similar abilities. That he got a healing factor too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When he first comes out, I think they are, but
I didn't think they were
They're
green. I thought they
green.
were
I swear
always
to
silver.
God, I thought they were green. Am I fucking on? Sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
no, that's okay. You can curse
I
on the show.
swear they were
Yeah.
fucking green
Hold
when
on.
he came out.
Anzo,
Yeah.
look. Yeah, they green. They're green.
Hey, you know what, Danny? I'm not even gonna say anything because I like to smoke my weed too. So, you
I
know,
ain't never saw them green. I'm just saying.
They might not be. I could be completely wrong. Listen,
it's okay. We're not blaming the weed.
listen.
She watched it at nighttime. It was late. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
There was a lot. I'm telling you, I swear, there's a lot of green in the show. So I was just like, I was really hyped. It went from like the Thing to Alien real quick. Keep going
Yeah.
back when he first comes out.
Maybe all that stuff.
I think this is when he first comes out, right? Yeah. Maybe it's because he just had green blood on him.
Maybe that might have been it. Just the green blood. Hey.
Well,
And I thought it was completely because I was like, that's how powerful he is. He can control it. It was like 1 o'clock. Yeah, I was.
yeah.
They were saying the
Sorry,
reason
sorry,
the
sorry.
brood couldn't take him because he's like dead or something.
Well,
Did-
he
did
can't
they-
die.
was it
that-
dead?
I thought I think they said his mutant power was like he mimics death or something. That's why they couldn't control him or infect him because they only can infect like living beings.
Was that the
Because
DVD part when they talk about that?
No, when I saw
No,
I watch
they're,
it on
they're looking at him when they say
When
that.
they're talking,
yeah.
yeah.
Morph is saying
Oh,
Yeah.
Morph is saying it. Okay. Huh. And was that when he came out, or?
I think when he first came out, they were like, "Well, why isn't he affected or whatever?" Or when they first see him, he's still in the capsule, like he's sleeping.
Mhm.
When they start
Okay.
fighting,
Where's the sound on this shit?
you can see when he's first in the capsule. When they first discover him.
There.
Right here. So
There.
he's somewhere in that area right there.
Yeah.
I think Sabretooth wants to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Here. Okay, so he's an undead. Oh, you guys didn't hear that?
No, we can't hear it.
Shit, my bad. I wish someone would have warned me while I played it. Okay, hold on.
Just wait up.
Doubt persists.
Here we go.
Should kill him. Might be one of these breeds.
Brood. And last I checked, Omega Red was undead. Not sure you can be turned into a brood if your mutant power basically makes you a zombie.
Oh,
That's it.
So, yeah, he's an unbred. He said, Odyssey was good, not a masterpiece that people claim it is. 7 out of 10. What
Oh,
question
really?
did you ask? This one? Is that Morph's real face? Because in 1992, X-Men, his face was of a normal human being. It's not until X-Men 97 they made him look like that. So Morph's look is more onto the later comic book run, right? When he first started off, he did have the human face, but later on they gave him that kind of face, and that's what they did with him now. So
yeah, they retconned him.
yeah.
So they
that's-
went
It
back.
reminds me of the
to
chameleon a little bit.
a little bit. The chameleon from DC.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that.
No, not from Marvel.
Did you guys watch Invincible?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so didn't this remind you of the Segwids? And like it kind of reminded me of Russ Livingston a little bit in the Segwids. I know it's not as powerful, but like the same kind of idea, I guess, with like the whole alien thing and taking over and hive mind.
Yeah.
With the brood.
Yeah.
So it reminded me of that episode with them. I was like, oh, I guess like this happens for every superhero group. We ran into DC, Marvel, Invincible. I'm sure many other comics as well. If I go back
Facts.
and really think about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty common.
I like that they turned Wolverine into one of them. Seeing Sabretooth there. I wish there would have been a little bit more, and I guess that'll be in my negatives, but a little bit more of the Sabretooth Wolverine dynamic. You know what I mean? Because they've been trying to kill each other for so long, and And again, another thing that I'll get to my negatives too as well. But I really enjoyed this episode for what it was worth, like I said. But I just wish they would have, put it somewhere else. What's up, T1000? How you doing? We're gonna get into our negatives. So Jen, what were your negatives for this episode?
So my negatives were that they kind of really didn't introduce and just jumped right into this episode without kind of introducing who anybody was. I was fine with it, but even going back to the original, it wasn't the same crew. And then they killed off the X-Men. They ran through X-Men like it was nothing. And I know, Kane is like, I think he's the one that's a cyborg, but like Matt, like it was just kind of quick and things weren't really explained out, and it didn't really have certain people that I was expecting to see when you read the title and kind of knew what it was referring back to. So that was definitely a huge negative. The other negative was Wolverine getting his antonym. I can never say that word right.
Adamantium.
Adamantium. There you go.
Adamantium. I always mess it up. I can't say Simonin right. I say
cinnamon.
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 Oh my gosh.
Just say mellow stuff and sweet stuff. You'll get
Yeah,
it. You know what
and I've had this problem for like 30 plus years. Everybody always makes fun of me. So he couldn't get it back. Like he got it back way too quick. And certain things but I did like that when we finally saw Cornelius, I forgot to say that before, but again, it was so quick and it didn't really go into so much. So even seeing Cornelius and like the way the eyes were, I freaking loved it. Plus it kind of reminded me of, oh my God, what is that movie? Where everything's like black and white and the eyes look whatever. Anyway, I can't think of what the name of it is. Oh, Sin City. It reminded me of
Sin
City. And like the original like comics would have went though, the way his face was always kind of lit, hidden, and then like whatever. I really liked that part, but didn't explain so much. Again, you can always go back. I loved it because I knew it was referring to, but the way they killed him off, kind of how everything kind of came out so quick, not really explained, and I really didn't think they kind of they left it on a cliffhanger and didn't really contain, I don't know. I have to see where it's going. It kind of left me like, wait, what is going on? Because you still have the apocalypse thing, and I also didn't like that we didn't see Forge. I expected to see him in that opening credit. So when he didn't come to, and I know we didn't see all of the others, but Forge has never been in that opening sequence. So when he was in it, I was really expecting to see him, and then it kind of fell short, and I was like, who fucked up? Excuse my language, but I'm like, who messed up? Because this has to be the wrong episode because we didn't see him at all. So that was my thing, because all of the other opening sequences have matched the episode and kind of given us clues. This one did not, and I didn't like that at all. And we didn't even get a post credits thing either, which I was give me something to find how you time this shit back. So those are definitely my negatives for this episode.
Brian said, open your gift. I got it here, Brian. I was trying to stall till the end of the show. Hopefully you could get in here before we close it up, and then I can open it with you on the stream. But if not, I will open it towards the end, definitely.
Can't wait till you tell me how you thought Odyssey was. Oh, my God.
Yeah, for real. I know he said he liked it, so he messaged us said he liked it, but we'll definitely have to talk about that movie for sure. Danny.
My big negative that they made Wolverine like a complete Jack. ASS. He didn't mind sacrificing his friends. He ain't had no remorse. All I want is my claws back. I want my powers back. And as soon as he got it back, he was smiling. I'm back, baby. I'm like, man, they made him very selfish, which I didn't want to see because, like I said, Wolverine, Magneto was probably my two favorite. But he sure took a bite out of the selfish pie on this one. To me, it didn't make sense. Why is Sabretooth helping Wolverine? That doesn't make sense because they're lifelong enemies. That's like Batman helping the Joker, and this did not seem dire enough. But I guess they didn't put enough storyline in there or background to let us know how he even went collect. I know they showed us Captain America saying, "I don't know about this. And I'm getting the band back together." But how do you get the band back together with someone that every chance you see, you try to kill? So to me, that didn't make sense.
And him and Lady Deathstrike have a volatile relationship too, as well, right?
So those two is what could he have said to make them? I know. I guess that guy, that scientist, whatever, was a determining factor because I'm assuming that he performed his
Cornelius, Dr.
Yeah.
Cornelius.
his experiments on them and made them what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Sabretooth, but maybe Lady Deathstrike and the other one. The other guy I wasn't really familiar with. I know Maverick was one, and the other one I can't think of his name.
Kane.
I wasn't really familiar with Kane at all. So I guess him dying on the plane on the crash wasn't a big deal. But I was like, man, these guys supposed to be, I think, the best of the best, or a crack team, and they don't seem very durable. But I just didn't like the way they portrayed Wolverine, being like he didn't care about anyone. It didn't matter. He set him up. He had me fooled to the end, but he never had Sabretooth fooled. And I was like, well, I didn't like the way they portrayed him, the light they had him in this particular episode, but still was a good episode.
You know what's funny? I'll say this, because I hear what you're saying, but now that I think about it, were they really his friends? Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, you know what I mean? I don't know about the other two, but I know they definitely weren't his friends.
No, I'm saying, it don't make no sense. How would you get somebody that you can't stand to come there and help you? Okay.
No, I get that, but I'm saying Wolverine sacrificing them. They're not his friends, so you don't care about sacrificing them, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about these guys. He didn't get his regular band of X-Men back. He got
but he let Morph came with him.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
He did. Maybe he wouldn't have sacrificed Morph. I don't know, but I don't think he gave a damn about the other
tried
two.
to kill Morph, didn't he? When he was the Brood?
Yeah, when he was the Brood,
Yeah,
but I think he was uncontrolled.
I think he brought expendable players so he could get his adamantium back. And he knew that they were tough enough, but they were expendable to him.
Absolutely.
Two of them showed bit the bullet.
Yep, we'll get to that too. He said, Jen, since you're the expert on X-Men comments in the chat, who's the most powerful supervillain in the X-Men universe beside Apocalypse, or what you like to see after the Apocalypse and Onslaught arc?
Well, to me, I always thought Onslaught was one of the most powerful villains ever. Maybe Dark Phoenix.
What's the one with the Kang? And he's some kind of
The Kang?
No, the Shadow King or something like that.
Oh, Shadow King.
Shadow King. Mm-hmm.
And maybe Nimrod's not as powerful. We were kind of saw him as Kang. So no, I would
one
go
that
with
walks with a cane too. What's his name, Jen? He has a cane. He uses cane like a walking stick to shoot his power.
I don't know.
In the chat, help me out. Who uses a stick like a walking? All I can think of is like Mortal Kombat. I can't think of like.
They all just wanted payback. Yeah.
So yeah, Shadow King's good. I almost forgot about Shadow King. So Shadow King and Dark Phoenix would probably be on my list right underneath Onslaught. I would go with them.
I like that. Chris Knight, go ahead with your negatives.
Just the disjointedness from the narrative they were telling so far. It didn't feel like it had anything to do with the overarching story that we've already explored this year. And the way they set it up with Captain America and Black Widow and all of that, just everything with the setup in it and what's happened before it, this did not seem like the episode we would get. And so as I'm watching it, while yes, I'm enjoying it, I'm still thinking, how does this play into what we've already seen? Where are they going to use this? How is this something we're going to use going forward? Except for the fact that Wolverine got his adamantium claws back. I mean, really, what else was this episode for?
And Morph losing his trust and kind of being heartbroken over it.
But those don't play into the overarching story yet, and for whatever it ends up being, maybe they're setting up Morph to go with Apocalypse. I don't know. Maybe something like that going into this. I don't know. I mean, but again, just seems like a really weird episode to do that with. I will have to be going though. So
yeah, no problem, Chris. Have a good one. I'll say this.
Thank you guys.
I think I think what they're doing when they're going forward is they need Wolverine to have his adamantium back for whatever plan they have going forward, right? So you need to have him be that Wolverine, have that power, have the adamantium back. Because if they're going to go Age of Apocalypse or they're going to go with Onslaught, whichever one, yeah, he can't be having them bones. You know what I mean? He has to have his power back. So
Black Tom, the guy name I was referring to.
Black Tom?
Yep.
I don't even know who that is.
What?
Black Tom Cassidy is a mutant with the ability to channel biokinetic energy into concussive blasts with wooden objects and later gain the ability to manipulate plant life. Black Tom is often seen with his partner Juggernaut. I've seen him on the cartoons before.
I love Juggernaut. So wait, Black, I don't know who this is. I'm not gonna lie. How do I not know who this is? I gotta look it up.
Usually have a wooden cane and he shoots his.
Yeah, I have no idea who it is, Danny, either. I never heard of him before. At least I'd have to look at it, see it.
Oh my gosh! As soon as I saw him, I know exactly who it is. Yes, I can't believe I couldn't think of this guy. He reminds you of, oh my God, what's the
What's his name?
Black Tom.
Black Tom Cassidy.
Black Tom. Oh.
Do you remember the guy? Did you watch Stargirl, Jen?
No.
That was on
Oh, him.
Right. As soon as you saw him, I'm like, he reminds me of the bad guy in like Aladdin, and he kind of reminds me of like,
he was Juggernaut's friend.
Yeah.
There was a comic book run where he ended up taking the jewel from Juggernaut, and he ended up with the Juggernaut power. Yeah. I know this. Yeah.
I almost forgot all about him in that whole storyline because I'm thinking so much of like on like all this other stuff with Onslaught. I almost forgot he existed. Thank you, Danny. I love you.
Why do I have this shield on my name? You have a shield on your name? I have no idea.
Oh, if you have a shield on your name, that means I think that you're a moderator on the channel.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
So
if that's what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, you have the power to like boot people off if you see anybody doing something inappropriate or talking trash or something.
He was in Deadpool too?
Boot Anik Jones off.
Why? What'd he say?
He's trying to check me on something, so I'm gonna check him up out of here.
Collector, I'm gonna go check out your video and I'm gonna drop it in some of the Discords that I'm a part of for them to check it out as well. I will go to it as soon as we're done with the stream.
Absolutely. So I got a few negatives. I think a lot of, and I get it, because I know Anik Jones is going to be like, well, it's only a 30-minute episode. Yeah, I get it, 100%. But it felt that, right? It felt like everything happened at a speedy's pace. You know, like Jen said, it starts off and they're already in the plane, right? So we don't get to see how we got them together or nothing like that. I get that. Then they get to the planet, and then you have one of them die. It was Kane, you said, died? First one?
Yeah, Kane was the first one that died, like, through the tree or whatever. He didn't crash.
Get impaled. Yeah.
Right.
So he doesn't survive the crash. Then you get Maverick, who dies, right, off camera. So he dies off camera, so we don't get to see that either. T1000 sent a $5 super chat. He said, love the content. Thank you, T1000. Much appreciated. Absolutely. Said, if you agree, why complain? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I know you're gonna say some shit, right? But
I wish I had to snap Thanos.
Oh, he's talking to Danny, I guess.
I had the Thanos snap. Now I would snap him out of existence.
Well, you are a mod, Danny. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. So I thought it went a little bit quick. Even when Wolverine got his adamantium, it felt like 2 seconds, right? They popped it in, boom, he got his adamantium, and then it was done. So I had a kind of an issue with that part. Said Black Tom was in Deadpool 2. He was one of the prisoners. He said his name was Black Tom Cassidy, and Deadpool said, White Wade Wilson. I remember
that. Yes.
I remember that part, but I don't remember him, though. But I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So thought Maverick was an English Canadian. He sounds Swedish on the show.
Yeah, they don't all
Could be
the best accents.
Could be. You were going to say something, Danny?
I was saying, I don't know who Facet is, but he has good information. Because he's on Strong Vibe all the time. And just about everything that cat said has come to pass. So I didn't hear about no Doomsday trailer next Saturday, but...
Oh, it's the next Saturday night. internet is going to break as the Doomsday Trail. That might be correct, but I also heard that the tickets are going on sale on Monday.
For Doomsday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is one that I might pay the extra money to go see in IMAX. I
Well,
might.
you know, I'm going to be.
December, though. That's
Yeah,
like
I know.
4.5, 5 months before.
I know,
I've
that's-
never seen something that early in my life.
I haven't either.
Me neither. You know what they're trying to do, right?
Boost
They
up
try-
ticket sales and get Doom up out of there.
Yep.
and trying to break the momentum of Odyssey going on right now, because Odyssey is killing it. So let's put our tickets out now and see what we can do, you know? But absolutely.
Yes.
That would be crazy if they brought Deadpool to X-Men 97 and Ryan Reynolds voice him. That would be great.
That would be amazing.
Game over, man. Bill Paxton quote in this episode.
Yeah,
Facts.
from the thing, from Alien,
Facts.
and then there was a whole bunch of like the Thing references, and then you saw like Worf turn into the Thing, and I was like, oh, confirmation. But yeah, total Alien and the Thing vibes, 100%.
Absolutely. Is it a waste of money to see Spider-Man in IMAX that's coming out July 30th? Hell no. That's what I'm seeing it in. Doomsday's in IMAX too. Don is the only cheapo that doesn't go see his movies in IMAX.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm cheap, but the only reason why I'm 10 minutes from the theater here. I'm 45 minutes from the IMAX theater. That just don't make good sense to me. It just don't.
Man, go just take it. You got to see one of these movies in IMAX, Daddy. What of them?
I'm probably gonna see Doomsday in IMAX. I will commit to that.
You know, Danny isn't spending no money on IMAX. That's too rich for his blood.
That's correct.
Ain't nothing wrong with being frugal. Ain't nothing wrong with
That's
being
why
frugal.
I'm gonna live my constant lifestyle when I retire. And you're gonna be on this corner. We'll work for
Still-
food. That ain't gonna be me.
Facts, Danny.
Danny, do you at least have like a huge TV at home?
I do.
See, then there you go. If you have one of them huge TVs, it's like
got
having
one
your
about-
own home
I
studio
got about
too.
a
I
60
love
inch
that.
right here. I got 4 TVs, but this is in my man cave. It's 60 inches. It shows everything just fine.
Yep.
100%. 100%. What else did I not like in this episode?
You need to make
Okay,
a little
so-
bit. I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind
go-
them doing two.
To what?
2 back to back.
Agreed.
I was going to ask you that. Would you have preferred to see the content of this episode stretched out into 2 episodes? That way it would have made more sense.
I would have.
Yes.
I would have preferred to see this episode first. This should have been the season opener in my mind, with a little bit more content at the front end. Like I would have done something like Wolverine's back. He's recuperating, but he's down. He's mad. He's whatever the case may be, and maybe Professor X and Jean discussing. Can you tell what he's thinking? Yeah, he's mad. He doesn't feel this, that. Then do this, and then go into episode 1 that we saw, 2, 3, and then to the apocalypse. Or, to me, that would have made more sense.
I do agree with you. I think you still started with the episode 1 that you started it with, right? You give episode 2, and then you go to this one, and then you give us Age of Apocalypse and Rise of Age of Apocalypse,
No.
and then you go on from there.
I'm going to push back. How about if From would have left off that y'all love with a high-powered cliffhanger, then you don't see the conclusion of that till 4 or 5 episodes in.
Man,
Y'all
we
be-
got to
y'all
wait
be
till
pissed.
next year, Danny.
No, I'm saying this episode right here, whatever that y'all like,
Uh-huh.
then next season, they don't show you what the conclusion of that cliffhanger until 4 or 5 episodes in. Y'all be
Well-
tearing up the internet.
Well, Fatima.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
So Fatima, we had Fatima in season 2 with this whole pregnancy thing, and then there was this whole build-up, and we didn't really kind of know what was going on to the finale. It took like a while to figure out what was going on.
Y'all
with
didn't like that, did you?
it. We
No, it
dealt
was
with
fine.
It. It was fine.
Yeah, it was
We
fine.
dealt with it.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to
And-
wait 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm wondering what.
But for which
How long would it
conclusion
take-
you're talking about, though?
I'm talking about for Wolverine. We saw Magneto strip out his
You wanted to
adamantium.
see that right away?
I want to see what happened. I don't wait a year and a half or however long the time frame was. Then I gotta
Right.
wait 4 episodes into the new season to see what happened.
But
I just
I hear
wanna know
you.
first.
I hear you, but I think the bigger cliffhanger was them being in the past and the future,
Right.
right? So
Right.
that's why they did that first. So I think you do the first 2 episodes like you did, and then you put this one in the middle, and then you do the Rise of Apocalypse 1 and 2, and then you can keep the momentum going forward so that people don't lose it. Because a lot of people are saying that this episode wasn't great or it wasn't bad. It's just it was in the wrong spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you killed the momentum of the last 2 episodes, which everybody was freaking out about.
I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, we are. But you said you wanted it first, though. I'm just saying you put the first 2 episodes that you had now, and then you put this one right after or right before Rise of Apocalypse Part 1.
Right. You know how we end? You know how like episode 3, which they released the first 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So we had Rise of Apocalypse Part 1 as the
Yes.
cliffhanger for like
Yes.
those first 3. They should have put this there.
Yes.
And then given us 4. Should have been
Yes.
Rise of Apocalypse, which was a week later. Then a week after that, Apocalypse. Like this episode 5 should have been Part 2.
Agreed.
Of Apocalypse, especially
Agreed.
if that's where they're gonna go back to it. I'm hoping, right? Are they gonna
Yeah.
do another like
see what
character
the
like
next-
side story?
What's the next episode going to be? X-Men.
Does- Yeah.
I know the title is there, but I'm with you. I hope they go back to it and they don't like divert to something else, right? And
Right.
then it's like, wait, what are we doing here? Like, because those were the 2 best episodes so far, right? And then you're gonna do something different. You're gonna lose a lot of people if they're doing that. So hopefully they don't do that. You're gonna start hearing bring Bo DeMayo back and all kinds of stuff like that. And yeah, so
All right.
It's called,
Danger. Oh yeah,
Danger.
sorry.
Danger.
Yeah. Danger.exe, which is gonna be a file. That's
then-
gonna
Okay.
be a file.
Strange Land, Savage Heart. Then the Dead Man's Hand. I'm thinking that's going to be
Gambit.
something to do with Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
And Survival of the Fittest. That's probably when I'm assuming, Apocalypse done transformed to his horseman, and now they coming after the X-Men.
Yep.
because I heard there was supposed to be 10 episodes, and they scrapped the 10th one. So from what they were saying is the 10th episode was supposed to give us Onslaught, right? It was supposed to give us Onslaught, and they scrapped that for some reason. So that kind of worries me about like what are they really gonna do with these episodes, and if you're scrapping the last one that's supposed to give us the villain that it seemed like we were leading to. So I'm a little bit worried about that one. Absolutely.
I think we're going to see Onslaught because I was reading his power.
Keep talking.
And it says Xavier's most evil conscience that he's kept hidden versus Magneto's rage makes Onslaught. So we already seen he's pissed off and upset about his friend dying. So now he's probably whatever restraints he had to keep that part of himself buried, he probably done release him because he's in so much grief. And then the only way he can save him is probably somehow absorb his conscience whenever Apocalypse blew him up, whatever. So I think we're gonna see Onslaught. Maybe not him in his full glory, but just see maybe a silhouette or see him emerging and saying, "I'm Onslaught," and he goes off. So I think we'll see something along those lines.
I think if the episode 9, which is going to be the season finale, is titled "Survival of the Fittest," I think that Professor X is going to pull the Fittest, and I'm going to bring Magneto back in order to defeat you. And that's where Onslaught will be kind of created, and that'll be the cliffhanger that we're left with. I exactly agree with you, and that's where it's going to go.
I like that. So Doom Part 3 has all IMAX screens for 4 weeks. The director of Dune has a contract that he signed when he did the first movie that all Doom movies will play in theaters for 4 weeks in IMAX. That's crazy.
Let the man, me and Nzo will take pictures of you being in there by yourself. We want to see that.
Facts, because we're going to see Doomsday day one.
That ain't even a question.
Jen, would they couldn't have put the Wolverine episode at 2 or 3 because remember Bishop came and got the X-Men from the past, so Wolverine was in the right time era.
That was
No, after 2 he was back in his normal
back
time.
in the right time era. So if they
Yeah.
would have made this episode
So
3, it would fit.
Yeah, episode 3.
Please let me know if I'm wrong, but this should have been episode.
No, you're
3.
right.
This is in episode 2 is when Bishop went got and bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this should have
because
been
at the
episode 3.
Yeah, because at the end of that episode, they're sitting around the table and they're talking about where Xavier and the rest of them are. So yeah, so they did get them back at the end of episode 2. So episode 3 would have been perfect for this spot, to be honest with you. Other than that, go ahead, Dan. You're gonna say something?
Nope.
Okay. Other than that, I don't think I really had any other more negatives for this episode. I mean, again, I thought it was pretty well done, but again, it just felt like it was in the wrong place. But I like seeing Wolverine get his adamantium back. I definitely. What were your grades for this episode, Danny?
Because I didn't like the way they portrayed Wolverine in this light, I can't give it an A. So I'm gonna give it a B minus.
Okay. Okay. Jen?
I'm going with a B.
And I will go with a B2 as well. Now, do you guys have any predictions for what we're seeing forward? Jen, you first.
Knowing that it says danger.exe and that's going to be another file. So I'm thinking that we're going to get another side quest from a character, and that's going to that side quest will tie everything back in.
You know what? Funny you say that, because I believe that we're going to get a build up to Professor X losing his mind with Magneto, right? I
Right.
think we're going to do a lot of that, so that includes some side quest on that as well. So I agree with you.
We might even see Polaris if they're going to tie her being to Magneto's daughter. So at this point, Magneto should have no kids, but it's but we've seen Polaris, so it's going to come back that somehow that's his child, and that might be what Professor X needs. So this side quest might reveal that information about Polaris and kind of give Charles the idea going forward in the next few episodes to do what he's doing, especially because he's probably going mad. So I think that, or maybe it might even make him go mad because now he knows, like, she's going to grow up without a father, something of that nature. But I'm thinking that the side quest might have to do with that.
I got you. So this is the end of episode 2, and that's when they're going through the portal to go back, Nick Jones.
And there's the Pharaoh-looking Wolverine.
Yeah, absolutely. He said, no, I mean, no one talked about the DVD names like the Winter Soldier or others.
There were so many. There was like X-23. Oh, there were so many great names that we saw that. All those like little Easter eggs. All of them part of like Weapon X. Right? That was a really, if you can bring them up, because I can't think of who they all are now, and I can bring them up and talk about them. It was so great to see those names, and it tied through some of the other, Marvel Universe. It kind of brought in because we saw like Bucky's in there, or the Winter Soldier. Sorry, I still call him Bucky.
It's okay.
Digital video discs.
Yeah, dude, look at that. Ajax is in there. Right, Mastodon's in there. We had so many great Winter Soldier. It keeps going on. I can't see where the fingers are here.
It says
but yeah.
Where you see that, Danny?
Cyborg.
Oh yeah, Cyborg here. X. I think that's X Virus.
Or isn't that Weapon X up top?
Yeah, that's Weapon X over here.
I think that's Weapon. No. If it keep going forward, because I think it's like Weapon 11, which should be. Let it go up a little bit. Yeah. Weapon 6.
Then they got X-23. And that's his daughter.
X-23. That's Wolverine's daughter. One of his. Yeah, because it was made from his DNA.
Ant. Crimson Kane.
Yep.
Sabretooth. Agent Zero. We know who he is. Amor. Worm. Never heard of that. Sluggo.
Harrison Kane. Oh yeah, there's a lot of names there.
There's a lot of names, and it brings it in. I freaking love it.
So does that mean that this guy has done experiments on all of these people, or does he have like their blood and he's doing their experiments?
I think he probably just got videotape on trying to study their powers and stuff.
This is the DVD of his success on Weapon X, transforming them however he did in Weapon X, or really giving them their powers is what it is. So this is how he gave them all their powers, and it's the video evidence on how they got their powers. So all of these members have been in Weapon X and have been successful. They've all been successful subjects of Dr. Cornelius.
Shit. This dude's been working, boy.
And there's so many. Like, this is just the one row they show, but he's got tons. So I thought it was really interesting that that's the one row they show. I'm like, please let that tie in, and let's see like how that's going to play out. Because, I mean, there's some great characters in there.
Absolutely, 100%. So, Jen, what were the clues on the tapes I might not know?
I'm not really just that they were all part of Weapon X. I'm not really sure how or like how they would all tie in. It's just confirmation that, and we already kind of know this from the comics, that they were all part of Weapon X. They were all successful from Dr. Cornelius's program. He gave them all their powers, and it just shows that. So I'm not really sure if there's any clues to where this season is going. I think it just shows like how deep this program was and how much Dr. Cornelius is involved in different characters getting different powers throughout the multiverse of Marvel.
Absolutely. Danny, you have any predictions?
When I see this Danger EXE, my mind immediately goes to the Danger Room. I'm thinking that Charles is coming back. He's grief-stricken. He's angry. He's upset. And he's putting in all the information he learned from his interactions with Apocalypse, and he's putting them through the Danger Room. They're like, Professor, we done enough. Nope. So that's what I'm thinking, that he's coming back. He's crazed. He's upset. He's trying to figure out a way. What did they do wrong? How can they do to defeat him? What can they do put in place so his friend's death won't go in vain? That's what I get when I saw Danger EXE. So I could be totally wrong, but I'm thinking he's coming back, grief-stricken, angry, not the compliant, human-loving, peace-loving Charles. He's something different. And I think that's going to open the door towards him becoming Onslaught too, because he's just so obsessed. I could have done more. Why did Magnus die? That's what I'm thinking.
I got you. I said, do you think we'll get another past cartoon continuation after the success of X-Men 97? I hope so. I mean, you got to get the right writers on there and everything. You know what I mean? Now, one question I want to ask before I open this box and let you go, because I know Danny got to go. Oh, Brian's here. Brian made it. What up, Brian? How you doing?
Dude, that was something. Now, I left home at 2:20, and I got back at 6:45.
Yeah, I know. The movie's long. I know. I got it. I know Danny got to go, so real quick, I want to ask you guys this. Don't you have storms?
I got about 9 minutes.
Okay. So I want to ask this question real quick then for all you guys on the panel. When do you think Magneto imprinted on Xavier? Because a lot of people are saying that it's when he did the mind thing on him when Apocalypse had it. But I think it was in the first season when he did that with Wolverine. So what do you guys think?
Go ahead.
Oh, ladies first. Go ahead.
I actually think it actually happened when he tried to break Magneto out of his, depression, and he was trying to, get through to him. I think that's where it imprinted.
I got you. Danny?
It could be some residue in that helmet. That helmet has always been a part of Magneto, and the one thing that Charles couldn't never penetrate once it's on there, but Magneto may have left some of his assets, found some kind of way to leave his magnetism, DNA or something in that helmet, and that's one of the things that Charles had at the end. He saw him put it up to his head. So
I got you. And Brian?
There's no doubt it was in season 1 when he was trying to help him get out of his depression. And that's exactly when their mind melded. But besides that, he always has his helmet on. So that was one time he opened up to him. So that's exactly when they imprinted on each other, really.
I agree. 100%. We'll get to definitely Brian's thoughts on this episode as well, too. But first off, Brian, let's hear it. Is it worth going to see?
All right, so I'll tell you this. The Odyssey, really long, but I would say Matt Damon is phenomenal. I mean, I'm just saying, like, what I saw from The Martian, then watching this, Matt Damon, I could watch him on the screen by himself. I literally
okay.
Like
Which was The Martian?
You think he's going to get nominated? He's going to get nominated for the Oscar, you think?
Yes.
I think he's definitely getting nominated.
And what about Anne Hathaway?
Her emotion
was
so good. It was like literally when I don't want to spoil the story, even though it's been 3,000 years. But but there's something at the end when you see it, it really warms your heart. Everything kind of falls into place. It makes perfect sense the way it went. Tom Holland's a good actor.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that too.
People are ragging on him that I was like, then you don't know the story. He did a perfect job of growing. Like he's not like everybody's like he just stood around the first like two like act and a half, and I was like, then you don't know the fucking story. Like, it was so frustrating. I thought he was great. I thought they were all great. Robert Patterson, oh my god,
dude. I wanted to punch him in my. I wanted to punch him in the mouth.
Punch him myself.
I was gonna walk in and was like, look, if I could just punch him in the face one time, you know.
And tell me, John Leguizamo
was
amazing.
So if there's a supporting actor, he would probably be the one that would get that best supporting actor type of thing.
A lot of people are saying this was like his best role ever. Nerdman said, surprised people aren't watching so much. Watching what though? Because they're talking about X-Men '97. People are watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are definitely watching. There's videos on that shit all the time. So absolutely 100%.
You hate watching.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. You
Who?
already come here hating.
Yeah, Nerdman always hating watching. Man,
this is a boring show.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the X-Men though.
That's what I'm talking about.
Boring.
Yeah.
What's boring?
Yeah, that's what he said.
This episode was boring, trash, so fed up of not having Gambit in this series. Ooh.
Oh, he's coming back before the end of the season.
Yeah, but why is Gambit going to determine if it's good or not? Like,
That's true.
it's two things that don't matter. The match.
That's Nerdman logic. We know Nerdman got no logic.
That is Captain Negative, boy.
Facts.
Negative.
So, Brian, what are your overall thoughts of this episode?
Honestly, I thought it wasn't a filler, but it was something that I think we're not going to know why it was important until later on in the season. I think it has to do with Wolverine and his development, and not that he needs to have the adamantium. I think it's that he needs to realize that he's more than just his claws, and I think that was the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to see Morph tell him, and everyone's trying to tell him, like, you don't have to be that guy. You don't have to be a dick, because that's what he really was. You know, even if they're not his friends, but you know he uses their pain to get them all to come in and try to kill somebody, and then lies about what it is. You know, so I think that this is going to be an add-on later, like episode 8 or something like that. We're going to find out this was important for his character development.
I could see that. He said, yeah, Matt was good, but the third and fourth act was extremely good, but I'm kind of tight. Everyone spoke in English accent instead of a European accent. I don't know why Tom and Robert didn't speak with their normal voices, I guess you're saying?
Well, it's supposed to be Greek, and if not everybody's going to speak Greek, then everybody, like, I appreciate them all sticking to something. So I guess they were like, so it's an American movie. We're not all doing a Greek accent, so I guess we'll just do an American accent to go with the American movie. If they would have all spoken like they were from, with an English accent, I would have been like, what the fuck? That really would not have made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Suspend belief and then understand where you are.
Right.
If not, everyone's gonna have a Greek accent. Which who the hell would want to hear a whole movie with people in Greek accents? Fact. And then you have 70 people trying to do that. That sounds horrible.
Right.
Right. But I think they made right decisions with a lot of this stuff. It was beautiful too. It's exactly what I was talking to my wife about Moana. Like when you have things on water, you should film it on water. You should have filmed it in the studio. That's. They did an amazing job. Charlize Theron, she's not getting the praise that she needs. That little small part was amazing.
Yes.
Got you.
She was amazing.
Definitely gonna go see it then. Brian, what are your positives for this episode?
We get to introduce other characters. First off, when you finally get.
All right, Donnie, take care, brother.
Let's see what's in the box.
Oh, yes. You want to open it now?
Yeah, open the box.
Open the box.
What's in the box?
It better not be a head, Brian.
7?
No promises.
Hey, look at you.
It's a statue of the man in the yellow.
It should be a Pennywise head.
All right, guys, this is the box. Oh, this is nice little box here. Kind of big. All right.
There's stuff in it, so yeah.
Okay, there's open. Shit. All right. Whoa, holy cow. Oh, say a word.
All right, before you show it, we'll drum roll. Okay.
Got a He-Man cup.
He-Man, so I wanted to make sure you got some He-Man.
What's so funny, Donnie? What's so funny?
And now you
All
got
right.
the power.
You got another little Skeletor toy here.
Yes.
Wicked. Say word with that one. Holy shit. Okay, hold on.
We
No.
watch real live Mortal Wolverine.
I definitely got my talisman.
Yeah, talisman.
Yes.
What is that?
My
From
talisman from.
Talisman.
I was telling Brian, I was like, what if it was like some voodoo guy who made these talismans? Right, we got
Word.
we got a bobblehead Batman. There we go.
It's no. It's a bobblehead Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
wow.
Okay, my bad.
Wow, Brian.
For your
You
Dark
should have got
Knight,
him
he-
Bobblehead, the
that
Batman. That you
one.
should have got him.
Shut
he
up.
ain't stolen the Dark Knight.
Ooh, this guy got me. Wait, hold on. This is the actual comic book. This ain't the Nolan stuff,
Yeah,
but
no,
Dark
it's
Knight comic book.
the
That's
Dark
a
Knight
fire
comic
comic book.
book,
Yeah, that's a fire one. That's a fire one. And then we got Walking Dead.
Yes.
That's fire, bro. Complete set there. Bad Boys for Life, absolutely.
Yes.
But
You guys are.
Transformers now movie. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yep.
Transformers
That's
1
it.
was better.
Was that the 25th or 30th anniversary? I couldn't remember
30th
which one.
anniversary one. I appreciate that, bro. That's fire.
Yeah.
That is fire. I appreciate
Very
you.
cool.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Absolutely,
Good box.
100%.
Good box.
Great
Very
box,
good box.
Brian.
Catch y'all
Hey,
next
it's funny
week.
because I've been looking
Excellent.
for Danny for Vegeta. I'm going to find it, bro. I want to.
He is my man. Good
Facts.
show as always, fellas. Catch y'all next week.
Yes,
Hey,
Daddy.
Danny.
Take care, brother. I appreciate that. That's fire, brother. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. All right, Brian. So go ahead. Tell us about your positives. Oh shit, my bad.
Wrong one.
Wrong one.
No, I thought this introducing Sabretooth was real good. I mean, anytime you have Sabretooth and Wolverine in the episode, that's awesome. Adding Morph was a good way of adding other people to the thing. So like we get Deadpool, you have all these other characters that you can add just with having Morph there. The adamantium, it was good that they did this. I just don't like the way they did it, but it was good that they brought the adamantium back because he's going to need it to be powerful enough to deal with what's going to happen on Apocalypse. I think they did a good job overall with storytelling. It was just too fast. Everything was, they assumed that we understood. We knew X-Men, like I think it was this 151 through 157. They assumed the Uncanny X-Men, that whole storyline is already known. So when people I heard Daddy asking questions, it's because you either read that 151 to 157 or you haven't. So if you have that assumption, sometimes you don't know what's really going on. But it's good that they had characters that are Weapon X program. They did a good job of doing those things. But there's just something missing in the episode. Just something missing.
I agree with you 100%. I think a lot of the stuff, when I said it earlier, went by a little bit way too fast. You know what I mean? Characters died off screen and stuff like that. And I get it. We got to get to him having his adamantium back. I get it. But we were talking earlier, Brian. We said this should have been episode 3, right?
Yeah,
you should have put it episode 3, and then you have the next 2 with the Rise of Apocalypse, and you continue on from there.
Yeah, you should have done this right after you did, I don't know, maybe X-Force, and as soon as you did that, and then do this little mini story with Wolverine, and then get back to Rise of Apocalypse.
Yes.
And then now you have more of continuity, because this really has nothing to do with anything that happened in the last 2 episodes.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And that kind of hurts it a little bit.
100%. And even like Jen said, having an end credit scene would have worked even better in this episode. You put an end credit scene in there, let us know where we're
Remind us
going
what
in the
the hell we're
future.
doing.
Yes, absolutely.
And even
Because
the
go
opening
ahead.
credit having Forge in it, like he wasn't even
Yes.
in the episode. I was so pissed. I'm like, this didn't even match what was going on like all the other episodes had. So there was definitely some like discrepancy there. And again, I know you guys were mentioning like this is obviously the different writers, but I don't know. I hope they get their shit together for the next episode.
Yeah, me too.
I want to say this too. I think the reason why we are not liking this episode as much is because the last 4 have been incredible.
Agree.
Like, when you compare things to 9.4s and 9.5s, when you get an 8.0 episode, of course we were like, man, this is terrible. But it's not terrible. It's just a little bit fast. Some characters that you didn't know. Why introduce a character and you'll kill in 3 minutes?
In 3 minutes.
Facts. Yeah.
And
there
they
was
didn't
no
really
point.
introduce it. They just showed him on screen. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
barely said
They're
his
like,
name, and then
here's
Maverick. Yeah.
Kane. There's Kane dead.
Facts.
It was that fast. I'm
Facts.
like,
Yeah.
Then you kill Maverick off screen too as well, and it's just like, wait a minute, okay, right? But
mhm.
Anik Jones said, and I don't think this is true, but he said, Brian, but don't. Okay, I thought he said you don't like Brian, but don't all movies like Gladiator, Troy, and movies like that spoken in European accents? I'm just not used to all those English accents, and kind of threw me off from the movie.
Well,
I understand exactly where you're coming from, Anik. I'll tell you this: I don't think you can have too many English accents. I think you need to have people being more regular because it's more relatable. So, especially because we're watching in America, that's going to be the main place where this movie is going to be watched. You want to make it you want it to be something that we can understand. If it goes to English or even Old English or any of that stuff, it's going to turn people off because, as I said, the movie is long as shit. Like 3 hours of that, I would have walked out. You know, no matter how good and beautiful it is, I was just saying, I'm done. You know, you will stop listening to what's actually going on in the dialogue. And some people can't hear accents and don't understand accents. So when you're trying to get a group of people to really enjoy something, I think you need to go ahead and let people have their own accents.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this, because I heard a lot of people saying it dragged on a bit. Do you guys think that?
for the Odyssey?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Did you
I've
think
thought-
it dragged?
I've thought multiple times of things I could have cut. Only thing I could cut right now would be things that happen, you know, inside the house. You could have cut a couple of things. You could have cut it a little bit shorter, and we would have had the same ideas. But literally, cutting 10 minutes of that is only 10 minutes. Why cut it?
Yeah.
I
agree.
actually
2 minutes here,
wish-
2 minutes there. What's the point in cutting if you're going to do that?
Yeah. There was one scene that they didn't show that's actually in the Odyssey that I kind of really wished they would have shown, because they didn't do everything in like the sequential order. Like, it was kind of different. And then they kind of blended something with something by the end and everything.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler because this is not in the movie, but it's the scene I would have liked to see, which is the floating isles where they go and meet the king and they're there. I'm like, I was so like gassed and expecting it, and then it went from, you know, like the Cyclops to the cannibal. And I was like, oh, what happened? And then how did you feel about the whole Cannibal Island scene? Because that was
It was
much
so
different.
fast and it didn't explain it
Didn't
much.
explain.
We didn't know why things were happening, and
It didn't look like what it's known for. They had a
but you
whole different
couldn't
experience.
because I think he realized how long it was going to be because of the story is. I think they had to cut it. I didn't like a couple things. The giant island, I thought that they kind of did that poorly and they didn't
Right.
explain that well. The Cyclops, I
moving
thought you could have
breeds.
done more with Cyclops. Honestly, why
They
do you
cut
only
out
have
the whole
one?
dialogue.
Yep. You know, so none of the talking or understanding what, you know, he can speak. Oh, he can speak, and then they don't speak to him at all. So I thought
Yeah.
that was kind of strange. You know, the cannibal one. There's more to the story that they could have done.
Right.
It's just, but everything I'm saying is more.
Right.
But
then-
anybody be watching this if
For
it's
5
3.5
hours?
hours long. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'd miss like half of the movie. I'd be going to the bathroom so damn much. Probably fall asleep in my old age and shit.
I really
Go
like
ahead.
that it was like Christopher Nolan has this style where he always it's something very familiar because of teaching where we it's called like circummotive where like you kind of circle back around to something. So I liked, and Brian, I don't want to say what it is, but they circle back around and show you something at the end that I think was a phenomenal on how it came back there. And in this particular version that Chris Nolan wrote and did, it really focused more on Odysseus and his redemption and penance and what it meant as a man than I think it really did as a journey and like for the people. I really liked it, and then the ending itself was completely creative genius, and how they tied that back in to me proved why it was just really about being a man and how his journey was as a man, not as a hero, as a man.
Well, I thought that I was also understanding why he was saying all these things about the gods.
Yes.
understanding what he realized that he started. It was his fault, and that's why
Right.
everything was doomed. He
Right.
was doomed because of the things that he did. Now
Right.
he was able to make it afterwards. You know, shocker, he made it home. Okay, but you know, he was able to make it because of the sacrifices that he made and the things that he did. But he still believed. He still is a man of high morality. You know, because he believed in doing things a certain way, and he probably would have got home faster if he didn't try to bring everyone with him.
Right.
Got you. He said, yeah, it dragged for me in the first and second act. I kind of started to fall asleep when Matt was on the island and talking to the lady. And then he said, what really pissed me off was Travis Scott having clean shape up, and you can see his tattoo on his head a little. I'm like, during the era, black people had fresh shape ups.
That's okay. That's all right.
Can you see his tattoo on his head though, for real?
I didn't notice it.
He's not that important, but
Yeah.
yes, you can, but he's not that important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so quick in
yeah.
the very beginning. I think it's more just of a reference that, like, everything was really oral tradition about it, and that's kind of what like rap music is.
Yeah.
It's oral tradition, and that's kind of just what the symbolic purpose is. And I think even like Nolan referenced that
Telling
in
the
some
story,
interview,
them beating
right?
and
Telling
doing
a
all this
story.
stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
I will
even
say
like
this: the people
oh,
that
sweat.
complain about all all these different races around. Do you have any idea the people that are around during this time? You know that Africa is closer to Greece than in France. Like, so it doesn't make any sense. Like, you're literally talking about crossing the Mediterranean. There are black people always around, so it makes perfect sense. You know, depicting Helen of Troy as a blonde hair, blue eyes doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't make sense. So, you know, I question people that question those things. Why are you saying those things? Or maybe you don't have enough knowledge to understand that this makes more sense.
No,
I
say where
agree.
this shit lights up.
And how did you feel? Well, I don't know if it's gonna spoil shit.
Yeah, you can't-
I'll just say this.
Go ahead.
I
Go
thought
ahead.
Elliot Page was amazing, especially the scene at Hades. I'll say that, and I won't say the character names because that's definitely
Yeah, it
different
likes
in
him.
the book. So I don't want to say that as a spoiler. But I thought the people that complain about Elliot Page and that complain about Lupita, I think, are just
For 3
ignorant.
minutes? For 4
They-
minutes
they,
on
they were on
screen?
screen a total of 5 minutes, both of them combined. 5 minutes. That was it.
Like,
Yeah,
So,
we
like,
know why.
Out of a 3-hour movie. 5 minutes out of a 3-hour movie. Just put that into context. If that's what's stopping you from watching the movie, then don't even bother because your ignorant ass is never going to appreciate it.
Oh my God, this video I seen where the dude at the end was talking about how, Helen of Troy got men to go for her, and then he showed a picture of Lupita and said, ain't nobody running to help her. I was like, oh, you motherfucker.
you lost your damn
Oh
mind.
You
my
lost your
God.
damn mind.
Are you, ugh. You know, and it's funny too, right? Because I think I talked about it a little bit, where it's like all these people who were complaining about the race bend, now that they seen it and realized that it's a little bit of a role, now they're all just saying, oh, the movie was boring. That's all
It's
they're
not
saying.
even race bending. We have no idea how she looks.
100%.
No, look.
100%.
It makes me so angry. You know, like when you talk about beauty, the eye of beauty is someone who looks different, that looks exotic. You know, so like when you're thinking of someone in a place where you don't look this way, that's why it looks like you're incredibly beautiful, right? You know, you look like no one else. Well, then why can't it be a black woman? Why can't she be?
Yeah,
look,
100%.
You know, Italian. Why can't she look? You know, Spanish. She can look anything that's different from the area. So shut the hell up.
Exactly.
And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because I know I seen a video on this where it says they don't really explain what she looks like until other like books came around and people started saying that.
Oh,
but
the
in
Englishmen
Odyssey,
are the
yeah,
ones that
yeah,
do it.
right. But in the Odyssey and stuff, they said they don't even say what she kind of looks like in that. So,
Exactly.
so it's just garbage, bro. We all know those racist mother effers, right?
And not for nothing, Odysseus was like a much darker complexion and definitely did not look like Matt Damon, who killed it in this performance.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's like, you know, like what is he like, French, English? Like, definitely not those things was Odysseus. So if you have a problem with Helen of Troy, but not with Matt Damon's portrayal of Odysseus, then you're stupid. Like, I don't even know what to say to you because you're not historically correct in that. Then you better start going down the list and historically correcting every single character. Because
you're gonna have now you're gonna have a real big problem.
None of them were correct if you want to be 100% honest. So bitch about that and stop sounding like a racist and picking out the one or two people that just happen to be dark. Come on.
And listen, we have Cyclops in this movie. What the fuck are we complaining about? You know what I mean? Like, really? Like, it drives me up a wall. Trust me, I don't like it. He said, Brian, was Matt Damon's character upset that he let Zendaya's character die? That's why he saw her in Athena in his head?
I thought actually this, so and maybe I'm wrong with this, but this is how I thought about it. They kept on talking about gods are just like could be regular people, so that's why you treat regular people with respect and you follow the law of Zeus, right? So the fact that they killed someone they didn't know and they killed her, I thought she actually was the embodiment of Athena. I thought that she was Athena in human form. So when she dies, it was literally him killing Athena. Right. That's why he was getting punished for letting that happen.
And not only that,
they chopped off the neck of the statue because showing that's what that was when he did it, saying that it was symbolizing you just chopped off the head of Athena.
Right, and then you almost see, because he keeps praying to Athena and seeing it, you almost see the reflection, because it's almost like idiotic. How could you have let this happen and done all of this? Because it was your idea for all of this, and you're still going to pray to something that you watch be completely torn down, disrespected, and decapitated, and you're going to still pray to that, showing like it was almost pointless and worthless, and that's why he stayed where he stayed for so long to get home. Because he really didn't want to go home after realizing what he did. He just wasn't accountable and couldn't like face it until he could.
Yep. And Calypso was right. Calypso.
Yes.
I can't talk about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Calypso was right.
Yes.
And once you watch it, we'll be able to talk about it.
But that is definitely different, because in the book, right, it's the gods that force Calypso to let him go. And here in the movie, the portrayal is that Calypso is doing this on her own for him. Rather than being commanded to, because it's definitely a different take on Calypso than the book, I will say that, and I kind of liked it.
I thought it was nice, but also the fact that when he was, reaching for, he's still reaching for Athena.
Right, that's true too.
So you still have that god point of it too.
And they didn't really show any of the other gods besides like anything at all, and I kind of liked it. It really just focused on him as a man in his journey.
Got you. But wasn't Athena the child of Lepida and the king soldier daughter before she was taken?
No, that wasn't Athena. That was just their daughter that he sacrificed. In the book, that's the oldest daughter. And it's still older here, but she's older in the book, and he doesn't sacrifice the son. So you don't know about this, but the son actually revenges his father.
Yep, and
kills her. So it's like back and forth, but we don't see that part at the end. But yeah, he kills the daughter. Her daughter.
He sacrifices his daughter.
Right.
She kills him. He avenges his father by killing his mother.
Yes, exactly.
Got you. Yeah, that sounds good. Definitely gonna go see it. You know what I mean? I'll try and go see it sometime this week or whatever. I'm definitely gonna see it before Spider-Man. That's for sure. So we got that thing.
I heard you guys talk about it. The trailer's supposed to be in Spider-Man.
Oh, is it? I thought he
Saturday.
said. I thought someone said it was coming next week.
It is coming next week, but it's supposed to be inspired, but not till Saturday. So when we go see it, it's not going to be there.
Oh, I'm going to see it on Friday the 31st. So it's not going to.
So no. It's supposed to come out the 26th, where we're supposed to see it online, but it's going to be in Spider-Man. But in Spider-Man. So the people that are seeing it early, the early access stuff, not next week, but this week, they're not going to see it.
Oh, okay.
But we'll get to see it online first, though.
Yes, we will see it online, and you will see it on Tuesday. Starting Tuesday, you'll start seeing it in the movie theater.
Okay. Okay. So it'll be on Friday then. Okay, good.
I'm going on the Thursday. Yeah. You have the Wednesday tickets, Brian?
I got Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, you got Wednesday? Yeah, I tried to get that, but he said Nzo isn't watching it, just capping. I ain't watching what? Odyssey? Yeah, I'm gonna watching it. What are you talking about? I'm definitely gonna watch it. It was one of the movies I wanted to go see. Absolutely.
I will say this: everyone who's saying that you have to see it on IMAX 3D, IMAX whatever, I understand it,
but you don't.
I don't know if you do.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's scenery. Like I love it. It was shot for it. because of the whole scene. But there's nothing in the scene that I saw that was totally like I would miss.
All right.
I got you.
So one question for you, because you and I both saw it in like the regular movie theater, we didn't get to see it in IMAX. Did you find certain parts of the movie where it was hard to hear the audio dialogue because the setting and what was going on in the background was it's almost like too loud and noisy, and it was kind of unaudible in like certain areas, not the entire movie, but there were certain scenes where you're like, wait, what? Like it didn't sound as, the volume wasn't turned all the way up on the dialogue, as opposed to like the volume being almost too high in the background noise of, you know, the environment and what was going on.
Kind of like Tenet, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, there's scenes in Tenet
exactly
that are
like
problematic.
Tenet, now that you say that.
I would, but the thing is, I saw it in Dolby, so everything in Dolby was very, very much like it was so loud, it was so clear that, you know, I think that I was fine with hearing a lot of stuff. But I've heard a lot of people while I was walking out complaining that even in IMAX theaters they couldn't hear.
Yeah, there were a couple scenes. I saw it in Dolby as well, and a couple of things I was like, why? Maybe I'll discuss it off the camera. You know, how to hear.
I want to know exactly
like,
what you're talking about, because
I'm like, why is it hard to hear them here? Like they couldn't like do, what do they call it when like after they're starting to edit?
They could isolate the audio for a certain thing
Yes.
and reduce the background sounds on something. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what scenes you're talking about too now. Yeah, yeah.
Because when I went to go see Tenet, right, I was like, yo, what the hell? And now when we seen it on TV, it was different. But in the theater, I had a hard time hearing a lot of the stuff going on in Tenet.
He made a mistake on Tenet.
Yeah. What made Odyssey so... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I heard the opposite. I heard the people that saw in the 70 millimeters said that it was perfect. And the biggest complaint about people that saw in the Dolby like we did was exactly what we're saying, with not hearing certain scenes as clearly as I guess the IMAX viewers had it. So I kind of heard a little opposite than what you did, Brian, but still, that's kind of one of the complaints. I was like, what?
No, it makes sense.
I was also like right behind the speaker, and I thought it was really loud.
It was really loud. There was really loud. Yeah.
What makes Odyssey so good was the sound quality of the movie. I'm sure that helps. Yeah, I'm sure that helps.
I'm gonna say the acting was second to none. I don't think that I can complain about anyone's acting. The story was amazing. The acting was amazing. It was beautiful. It wasn't cheaply done. Everything was quality when you're looking at things. When you're on an island, it wasn't a stage. It was on an island. Like you're really seeing all the things. You know, you felt for characters. You felt for animals. Even this. I can't say that. There's things there's things that they do that are just second to none. It's a really good, but it's long. It's really, really long. And I think that sometimes the length of a movie could take away from the enjoyment, because you're like, man, I've been here for 2 hours.
Question: did you find any scenes, you don't have to be specific, that were specifically too gruesome or horrific, like took like a horror film like twist? Because I've been hearing that in some of the complaints, and I'm like, it wasn't that like I didn't think it was that crazy, but people
not
were
only
saying
do I
that,
not think that, but I brought my daughter with me.
Okay.
And there's a couple scenes I put up my head over her head, but besides that, there wasn't anything that she even felt that was that bad.
Okay, I didn't think so either, but I know that
there's a scene when people are saying.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. There's like a man in yellow scene.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I mean. People were saying that it was kind of horrific, and they had to turn away, and I'm like, really?
Yeah,
really?
Didn't bother me at all.
You probably watched, like The Substance. You probably watched like Beauty on Hulu. I'm like, and that's bothering you? Yeah. You probably watched From. I'm like, let's be honest.
You watch From? Can you watch Dr. Pimple Popper?
Like, you're complaining about that? I was like, get the hell out of here.
He said, I seen it on a regular screen in my theater, but my theater was actually newer, so the sound and screen quality was great. Maybe older theater sounds and picture quality was off. Possible.
Yeah, my theater's pretty old. It's been around for a minute.
Brian, what are your negatives of this episode?
I didn't like the way they did the story.
Really?
I thought they rushed it too much, and I didn't. once again, I don't like people dying off screen. I don't think you should be introducing characters and killing them off immediately in a show like this, where they're around more in other storylines. So I thought that was bad. I don't know how entertaining it was, and also it had nothing to do with the same story. So it's where you put it. You can't place this after Age of Apocalypse and then think people are going to love the actual story. It just becomes problematic. I did love. I didn't say this. I did love the Horde. The Brood. I think it's called the Brood. The Brood. You start seeing it with the alien idea of that. I thought that was really cool. I thought it looked good. But when you have Lady Deathstrike and you don't have any interaction with Logan really one-on-one, I wish I think I just wanted a little bit more. You know, they showed it like a flashback real quick, but it just didn't give me enough. So what's the point of having Garrison Kane there when you could give me more of that?
Right? And he died so quick. I was like, what the hell? Really?
And I think I'm right there with you. I think that was like all of our kind of complaint is that it just went by so quick and everything happened so quick. Like Wolverine goes into the adamantium thing, they juke him.
He comes out, he's done.
He's done. Like right away. Like really?
But we know he goes through his body, he had the pain, he's screaming, and all of a sudden they show us flashbacks of the first time it was put in his body. Why is this time he's like Superman? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Applause. Wow.
Yeah, way too fast.
Yeah,
now, let me ask you this. First off, I'll say this, because you are a sick dude. He said, what had me laughing was when the blind man started throwing the puppies off the cliff because they weren't the right pups. That's not funny. That's not funny. You know what I mean? But so I agree with you when you said about it took too quick for things to happen, and I was just like, this is an episode, and I think Jen said it, where you could have done a two-parter, right? Could have done a two-parter if you're gonna do something like that, and then give us more context to these characters. You have
flashback maybe with the first time they formed, understand why they have a connection. There's so many things that are kind of missing from it.
How the fuck did he even get on the plane? How did he convince him? I think Nzo said, like, how did you convince him to get on the plane? Like, why start there?
I figured that he said, I found Dr. Abraham Cornelius. I found him. Let's go kill him. And they was like, okay, let's go kill him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
literally, it's that fast. You could do that. Like, you could have done that quickly and just showed, hey, can you imagine going to Sabretooth? It's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, found him. And all the anger leaves. You know?
And I know that, like, just referencing it back to the original episode, which is like what, Weapons, Lies, and Cassette Tapes or something like that. So, like, you know that there were more people involved in this, and we didn't see some of those characters, but then you showed us so many and then killed some off. So I was like, why? And then you didn't show us, like, the connection. Like, I think you said this, Brian, too. Like, seeing Silver Fox, I think, would have been probably better, right? And I agree with you 100%.
Instead of having anything to do with Kane. So I was like, why are you doing that? And then I would say, I love seeing Omega Red. I love seeing Omega Red. But you really didn't do him justice.
Facts.
Omega Red is a cold character. You really could have did more with him. And, I mean, at least I don't think they really killed him off, but I don't like the way they did this.
You can't kill him off. You can only contain him.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. Like, he's not dead or anything like that, but it was a lot. It was quick. You know what I mean? He came in, he did a few things, but then they subdued him real quick, and I was just like, I like it. Seeing him was great, but I would have liked to have more, right? And that's the thing. Like, if you're bringing all these characters in there, you got to give us more. You can't just give us a half-ass episode and be like, hey, guys, you know, member berries, they're in here, but they die or they don't do nothing. You know, I don't like that. I didn't like that at all.
But could it be that they were just planting a seed for Omega Red and the Brood?
Yeah.
And then they're going to bring back both of them together and say that he now controls the Brood. You put them in an episode together so for us to see later on with all the rest of the X-Men when they're all together. And that becomes a problem along with Apocalypse. So now you have two different, you split the team up more, and now you have a storyline that kind of makes more sense.
Absolutely. I agree with you too. I think we'll see if that's the case, that'll probably be in the next season, right? Because I think the remainder of this season is going to be focused on getting Onslaught in. Because we're talking, and I know you know this, that there was supposed to be 10 episodes and they canceled the final episode, which was supposed to give us Onslaught. We're supposed to see him in that episode. So I think we'll get like a glimpse of him at season 9, and then we'll wait for next season for him to come in. You know what I mean? So
they're gonna say something like, "Where's Professor? Where's Professor?" And then they turn around and say, and you see Onslaught, and then
yeah, absolutely. And I think it makes sense that the next couple of episodes will have to deal with Xavier and the death of Magneto, and then the conflict in his mind, so people can actually see how Onslaught is created. Because I know in the comic it was a huge mystery until right up until the end. I don't think they're gonna do that in the show. I don't think they're going to give us the mystery. I think they're going to let us know that Onslaught is Professor X right away, you know?
I think they show him changing. And so for the audience, if you put two and two together, you understand what's going on. Once again, because I think that's what they're doing this entire season, is they're assuming you know what's going on. They're assuming that the audience is smart enough to figure out what's happening. That's kind of why we get some of these things where it's being rushed. But they just assume that we already know. We already know the storyline, so they're not trying to, feed us this stuff.
No, you're absolutely correct, right? Because if you think about it, bless you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Because if you think about it, right, there's going to be in the comic book, it was a big mystery, right? Like, who's Onslaught? And they drug that out for episodes. Marvel needed something to bring their comics back, and it was that. Like you said, they're assuming that most people know who Onslaught is, so it doesn't make sense to hide him. You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense to hide that. Like you said,
they could give us characters, but we'll know on the outside. We'll know exactly what's going on.
Yes, you give us a little quick scene, like we could see Professor X having that conflict, right? You don't have to spoon feed it to us, but you give us a little information that he's having that conflict, and then boom, we get Onslaught in that one. So I think that's great.
Brian, do you think they'll tie Polaris in at all to Professor X and trying to get Magneto back at all? And obviously,
the whole point of the whole Magneto thing is going to be for Polaris next season. I think everything's going to be next season with Polaris.
Okay.
So they're going to wait on.
I wasn't sure if they were going to put that in now or they were going to wait. I was kind of hoping we would see it now because we've seen her, but it may actually, now that you say that, I could see it.
Might be a seed, and then they go to House of X, and that's when you have all that problem. Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense because, like I said, it seems like they're gonna go to the Age of Apocalypse stuff or whatever, if that's where they're going, or Onslaught. Me neither.
Going to go to Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, me too. I think they're going straight to Onslaught. Right? Yeah, I think they're going straight to Onslaught. Now, I think maybe when we seen, like last season, we seen that it was going to Age of Apocalypse, but it looks like they might have changed that now, right? And they just did the first episodes of Bo DeMeo stuff to finish off what he did in season 1, and then move on to something else with their season. So I'm okay with them doing Onslaught. I'm okay with it. I really want to see Age of Apocalypse, but maybe they'll do it in season 3, season 4, whatever, because they got it.
I don't think Apocalypse is not going to be around. I think he's still going to be around.
Yeah, for sure.
Have battle, but it's not going to be Age of Apocalypse the way we saw it.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying you could still do that if you're gonna go to like 5-6 seasons, right? Because you're gonna want to adapt the most popular storylines in Marvel, right? You don't want to just do a regular, hey, we got this storyline and boom. No, like Phoenix Saga is one that we could see them do. I know they did it in the past, but it wasn't really what it should have been. Yeah, you know what I mean? So will they do it again? Because Jean's got the Phoenix power more than once anyways, right? So you could do the second time she gets it or something like that. But I think that's another storyline that they could go with too as well. So I don't know. I'll be happy with it.
I think we're going to look later. We're going to have a problem with the rest of the characters that haven't been seen on camera since episode 2. People are going to start realizing that we haven't seen a lot of characters, and they're like, but what about blank? And that might be a problem too this season.
Absolutely, 100%. He said, man, it was funny to me because animal lovers have more compassion for animals than a human being murdered. But Nzo, if you watch the movie the way the blind man did, it was funny.
Yeah, John
So,
Leguizamo does do it in a comedic. Like he's not trying to be funny, but he's
mhm,
blind and he's trying to do it like, oh, fine. If you're not going to give a, I'm not going to give a fuck either. And he kind of
mhm,
does it, and I
mhm,
could see people be like, Jesus, like kind of laughing about it, and I could
mhm.
see animal lovers like cringing at that
Hating
moment
it.
as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
But
at
he
the end
does
of
it
the
to
day,
save the dog that he
It's
really
it's really
loves.
like this. It's really like this.
Yeah, but he does it. He almost does it on purpose. Like he knows which dog he's supposed to be throwing over, and he throws over like two other dogs so that he doesn't have to throw over the dog that
Yeah.
he really wants to keep.
hmm
So
hmm
it works.
I mean, it's a movie. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. Like, no, no, that's
Yeah,
not a
no
real
animal
puppy.
really died in the filming
Yeah,
of this
I
movie.
mean, like, it's okay. Can we get right up? Can we write a petition to Marvel to make episodes an hour long next season?
Only if you're gonna fund it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for real, for real.
Sorry.
Let,
Give
let
me
me ask you a
40
question.
minutes. Give me 40 minutes. That's all I'm asking. 40 minutes to give you a more
Yeah, yeah,
rounded story.
yeah. 10
You know
more
what?
minutes.
Inflation's a bitch. Everything's way too expensive, and it's all about the money. And that's exactly what it is. Everybody wants top dollar for doing like mediocre work.
Facts, 100%.
Two truths.
I'd be okay with 40 minutes. I think an hour is kind of pushing it. You know what I mean? It's kind of pushing because you get an hour episode, then you can get like you can make a lot of mistakes. You could have it drag out too long. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
think I'd rather them cut them up quickly than to watch an episode that just drags out too long. You know what I mean?
When you think about it, like back on those Saturday mornings when we used to watch this, we had real like commercials in between
Yeah.
them. So they were only
Yeah.
like 21, 22
Mm,
minutes.
yeah.
The fact that we're getting like 26 or 27 and they're only like taking 2 or 3 minutes off of it,
hmm
it is on par for that Saturday morning cartoon that we used to watch. And that's
Absolutely.
what they're trying to pack it in without commercials. And we're actually getting a little bit more than we would have if this was a Saturday morning commercial, or even if you had like the basic streaming that shows you fucking ads. So
hmm
to me, as much as I do want more, it is keeping par and keeping true to the style of the way it's always been shown to us.
Absolutely. Now, wish they would have kept the 10th episode, but if they
Yeah.
continue doing 10 episodes, they don't go to 8 and they do 10, I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with that.
They
I
put
think you
that
could,
10th episode on some hater shit.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
100%.
I'm
I
like,
think they cut it because it leads up to something that they're moving away from. You know what I
right.
Yep.
mean? I
Yep.
know I know they said we were supposed to see Onslaught in it, but I think it was going more to Age of Apocalypse and that way, and
They're
I
gonna
think
push
that's
that
why
back
they
a
cut it
little
off.
bit.
Yeah,
They're gonna
yeah,
push it back a
yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
probably rewriting it. They're
Yeah.
rewriting it in the direction they want it to go in. And I understand that, I do. But I don't know. Then you should have put that shit together and gotten it up there. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You still have time. Put it up. Get it
Yeah,
done.
100%.
One
And
episode. It's one episode. One.
They're trying to stay away
We
from
do it
trying
all
to
day.
rewrite stuff without Bo DeMayo.
But he ain't coming back.
Yeah, but they're going to do it. They're going to do it with a full new writing storyline, and they want to hold that story in their back pocket. So they want to rewrite it the way they want it. They can, lead up to it and say this is what you're going to get, but they want a full story with them instead of doing what he wants to
They
do.
better do it right. That's all I care about. Just do it
yeah,
right.
me too. Do you
And
think
just
that's
saying we should get 11 episodes next season. I'm just saying. Fucking give me 11
facts?
episodes.
Facts.
Make it up
Facts.
to you.
Facts. Do you think that's to spite him though, Brian?
I think that he probably has so much to do with the storyline going for season 3, and they're going away from his storyline on season 3. So because of that, they're going to stop the season finale the way they had it, and they want to have their own writer do their own thing and say, okay, no, you have free reign, and we're not going to box you into anything for season 3.
Right.
I agree with you. I also think it too, because even if you wanted to still do what he did, you put new writers on there, boom, right? Yeah, he started it, but you finish it off with new writers. But the fact that they don't want to do that, I'm like, it's like, yeah, because you guys, you trying to sue us, so fuck you, right? We're gonna take your shit out, and we'll use it maybe 2 years from now. You know what I mean? We'll keep it there. We'll use it 2 years from now. But right now, we ain't using your shit. We're gonna move it back.
They might have
Right.
to pay him more. The more
Yeah,
they use the story.
yeah. Agreed. Or even not even maybe pay him, give him credit, and they don't want to give him any type of credit if they continue his story, right?
Right.
He said, "Can we bring back commercials like back in the days, the ones that were actually good?"
I want
Yeah,
to see like toys then. I want to
Listen,
see toys.
I watch, and sometimes I check this YouTube channel. They have all the classic commercials. You're singing them off. No, I don't want the commercials. I'm good. I'm good.
The
No,
commercials
I'll
better
take
not
commercial.
include side effects. That's all I gotta say. If the commercials are rattling off fucking side effects and shit, that's all. I don't care about like I don't even want to say what they are, but I don't care about no medical shit. Just show me some toys. I don't care about
Facts.
Life Alert and why let's not go there. That's all I'm saying. Toys.
Oh yeah, I've fallen and I can't get up.
I remember going to my mom being like, "What's the, like whatever it was," and my mom was like, "Why do you know what that is?" Like herpes or something. Like what
Facts.
is this? My
Hold
mom's
on.
like, "I'm watching cartoons. Shit's on there."
I got another one. Where's the beef?
100%.
All the time. These damn commercials. I'm good. I am good. I see them enough in my younger days. I don't need to see no more.
If I get 23 episodes, I'll take commercials.
Word.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. 100%.
That Lost like style fucking.
Yes,
then we're good.
absolutely. What Disney should do is put on the old Saturday morning cartoons with X-Men '97 from back in the day and give it a nostalgia feel like those goofy morning cartoons from the from '97 and earlier. So there's a channel that I watch that I have that shows just Saturday morning cartoons with the commercials. So you go on there, like sometimes you're catching it'll be like the My Little Pony era, and they have all that stuff. So you're like, you know what I mean? But they do the Transformers, they do the G.I. Joe, they do the Beetlejuice, right? I've seen all the and they have the original commercials that go along with them too as well. I don't remember the channel now, but the next time it pops up on my feed, I'll send it to you guys.
Let's go. Super Soaker. That's what I want.
Yes, they started a Super Soaker commercial, and the one I seen a lot too was the Castle Grayskull one. You know what I mean? Yeah, so they have all of that on there too. I'm sure advertisers will pay good money to Disney to put their nostalgia commercials to sell toys and old toys and stuff.
They can. It'll debunk so many Mandela effects. That shit's been scrubbed.
Oh my God! Yeah, 100%.
Because 100%. Of Mandela effect, the CERN fucking with the timeline. I'm just saying. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about that, but I'm just saying Mandela effect, they can't show that. They can't. There was a Bernstein Bears cartoon.
Oh my God!
Let's not go there. So they can't do that. I'm just saying.
I tell you, that shit pisses me off because I sit there and I say, no, I know I seen that one. What are you telling me that doesn't exist or that never existed? No, you can't tell me that, bro.
Exactly.
That Sinbad movie? Oh, it drives me up a wall.
I'm saying there's gonna be so many things, racist things that you don't realize that was happening all the time.
That too.
Part of the problem. You're gonna be like, oh, that's
that too. That too. Like all the McDonald's commercial were pure black people.
Yep.
Yeah, you know that? All the McDonald's commercials were pure black people. And then you got the He-Man toys and stuff, and it's all white people. Yeah, I wonder what they're trying to say in that one, you know?
Oh my God! See a My Buddy come on there.
100%.
My Buddy and the girl version, they were only
Kid
in
sister.
one color.
My buddy.
Yep.
My buddy.
They only came in one color.
Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know that whole song. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna torture nobody. I'm not gonna torture nobody, but yeah, I know the song.
Oh my God.
I was also watching this. It was a TikToker, and they were like, "Hey, y'all remember this?" And then DuckTales, and I was just singing along.
I can sing
DuckTales, ooh, me too. Like classics, boy. Yeah, they don't make that shit like they used to. And that's why this is so good, right? Because you remember growing up hearing that anthem. Yep. And I'm so glad they never changed it. You know what I mean? So glad they never changed it.
Thank you, Whitney Houston. Thank you, Whitney Houston. That's all I'm saying.
Facts. Wait, Whitney Houston did it?
Yeah, that was it's her song. It's her song sped up a little bit.
Really? Yeah. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Which one? Which song?
Well, I saw. I was just looking at the other day. X-Men song. Whitney Houston was.
Yeah.
It's always, well, I'm Your Baby Tonight. Baby tonight.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, when you said it, it clicked in my head. Yeah. I was like, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. That's good. That's interesting. But yeah, I'm glad I kept that.
It's crazy.
Now, Nate Jones asked, do you want to see them do, because So, and this is why I say this, because when we get to sorry, not Age of Onslaught, if you know the comic, right, you had the heroes come in and then they did the Heroes Reborn with that shit. Do you think it's possible they could do that and then reboot some of those old cartoons that we had?
No. I don't think you're gonna be able to do that at all. And I think this is what they've been doing. They've been doing nostalgia things, but they've been putting it on this head a little bit. So I think they understand storytelling because we're not going to have 26 episodes of anything. They can't do that now. We don't have enough episodes to do these things. So if you're doing things in 8 and 9 and 10 episodes, I don't know if you could do that.
Well, what if you just make the final fight, right? So we you don't have to show the heroes all that, but you have the final fight, and where it's too much for the X-Men, and then you see the Avengers come in there, right? And then they end it like they did in the comic book, and then we do a new animated series, Avengers or Hulk or something like that.
I don't think they're going to do Avengers yet. I think they can do that later, like season 5, and they want to do Avengers because they're not doing any more Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I think they'll do that. I think they're saving that when they're bringing the Avengers back into the main storyline.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I agree with you because you don't want to have Avenger cartoon and Avenger movies coming out. Exactly. But what if they did individual? Like they don't have Hulk rights, but what if they did it to create a Hulk series? I
think they do have the cartoon rights for Hulk. I think they
have the cartoon rights they have, not movie rights.
But I think they're going to focus on. Eventually, I think we're going to get Spider-Man 98.
Right.
Really?
I think they're going to bring in Spider-Man. That's why they've shown him twice, a couple times, 2 or 3 times.
So what do we do with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? What if Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man kind of
push it at 2 or 3 seasons, and then you go Spider-Man 98? So once you got nostalgia really going in season 3 of X-Men, the next thing that year you go Spider-Man 98.
So
next year, 2027, sometime in October, you do Spider-Man 98.
It would be interesting. I would like to see them do some and Nick Jones asked that question, and I would like to see them revisit some of those old cartoons, like the Hulk cartoon that they had, the Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Imagine they do the remake of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends or something like that. You know, I think that would be really good to do. So
they've talked about Spider-Man 98 recently, so that's why I think we can eventually get it.
I got you.
Oh,
so go ahead, Jen.
I was gonna say I was just reading his. I go to Comic-Con every year in New York. Every year. I've been going for over a decade. My husband's going for 20 plus years. So.
And he said, I go to NYC Comic-Con every year, and they sell a lot of nostalgia toys, especially X-Men and Transformers. Mm-hmm. But what really grinds my effing gears is the Funko Pop BS I try every year but never get in.
That's because that line is sold out. You got to get there mad early, and when at least 8:39, and the doors don't even open up till 10. And then you got to go straight. Once you get through security, you need to know exactly where that is and go straight there. And every year they change where they are. Eagle wasn't even there. Eagle Moss wasn't even there this year. Fucking oh my god, let me not even get started. After COVID, half the vendors didn't even come back like that. And this year that was probably the best turnout of vendors coming back. Eagle Moss still was not even back yet. So you have to know, and they keep moving everything around. You have to know exactly where that is. Go straight there, and you're going to still be online if you get there in there early. That's just how it is. And it wraps around all the booths and the aisles, and that's how half of them are. That's just the way it is. It's so crowded.
What's the Funko Pop BS, though?
There's a Funko
Pop. You got to get a ticket and get online.
Yep.
To do what? Buy Funko Pops?
Oh, yes, just to get into their store to even shop, and then you're only
really
30 minutes in there to buy because there's a mad long line. There used to not be a restriction, so the line used to be even longer. Now you got 30 minutes, and they have security walking around. You need to buy your shit and get the fuck out.
Yep.
Do they have exclusive Funko Pops that you can't get anywhere else?
Oh my god, they have things you'll never get from anywhere.
Really?
Yes.
New York Comic-Con specific Funko Pops are huge.
Huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't know that.
Even a couple years ago, there was this Transformer and Ghostbusters crossover. They do all these kind of specific limited edition for collectors. That's why my husband and I go. We go and we buy and spend all this money on exclusive shit. You got to get there early, go straight there. Him and I split up, and then we meet up when they're around 12 noon doing stuff. we'll call each other, whatever. But we like split up, and then after that, we'll do like Artist Alley and like see other
I
shit
love
and
Artist
whatever,
Alley. Oh
and
my
any other.
God.
I love Artist Alley, and we'll kind of go into there and kind of go around. But we like hit up everything. We got like the pins. Like if you go around, you should know about like the pins that you get. They're exclusive, right? And you go around and you get certain bags, right? And then you want to make sure you get certain things signed. You got to get the tickets early. And then lately they've been playing like video games, so there's a whole line for people that are setting up to play all these video games that are dropping, and then there's panels afterwards to talk about it. It's like it's so crazy and busy, but you have to know exactly where you're going.
You
and
need to
go
know
straight
exactly
there.
what's going on. Exactly.
Right.
So
It's interesting.
there's a fan expo that's going to be before New York Comic Con, and I'm going to have Scott Snyder's going to be there.
Ooh.
So, you know, and it's a smaller event, so you can get in there. You might be able to get things signed. I think I'm actually going to pay for him to another person to get all my stuff signed, because I have Absolute Batman #1. I have 2 of them actually, and then I have the WIP full comic book with Absolute Batman, the black and white. I have that too, so I'm going to get both of those signed. But you literally during these things get so many signatures. I have so many comic books just from being there and talking to artists and being able to hear how people start stuff and get independent people. I love going there just for that.
That's interesting. He said, "Oh my gosh, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends needs a reboot because I watched that shit on YouTube and that shit was terrible in the 70s." So first off, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was not terrible. All right, that's the shit we grew up on. That's all we had, and it was not terrible. It was good.
Spider-Man '98 is gonna be the one that they redo. That's
100%. That's the most popular one,
I
but
love
I'm
the
just saying.
Video game too. Besides the comic, remember the video game that came out about it? That shit was so tight. Oh my god, I remember battling friends on that shit.
Facts.
Oh my god.
Facts. 100%. He said, "Anzo, Funko Pops from New York goes for $500 and more on the resale market. I'm just happy that I paid for my Green Range pop signed JFD and picked before he died." So wait.
Yeah.
So how much do they, like, regular price you buy them for? Like, or
Yeah.
It's a little bit more, but it's
like $25-$30 maybe.
oh shit. And they go for 500?
Yeah, well, afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, afterwards, like days, like right after. So like this one ends like what, October 16th? So like October 17th and 18th, bro, it's crazy. Like the shit that's on eBay or like on all the stuff and how high the prices are. Like that Transformer Ghostbusters thing, I think it was $199 in Comic-Con, right? Or $180. If you found it online now, it's going up $600, $800, $1,000 for that freaking thing. Because my husband and I got online, and we were online. We weren't that close, but they were like, "All right, we're sold out of this," and so many people, including my husband and I, we stepped offline. We were so fucking mad, and they had sold out of it. Like they'll keep some for the day. Like if they sell out of their quota, and even if they have more in the back, they're like, "Nope, that's tomorrow." Like they will not sell that shit to you at all. Like
Really?
if they sell out on the Friday and Saturday, that shit sells out mad quick by like 11, 12 o'clock. Doors open at 10. They're done. They don't have any more of some of the exclusive shit. It's crazy. It is crazy. People go there with like empty bags and get loaded up. And once you leave, you can't come back in. So they get loaded up and they do all that. That's what I'm saying. Then Artist Alley, you see these people carrying these big ass bags, and then they're done by like 2, 3 o'clock. Even though it doesn't end till like what, 7, 8 o'clock, I think. And some of the nights at 6.
So you can only buy the tickets when you get to Comic-Con, or can you advance the tickets for the Funko Pop shop?
There, you can only get them there. It's like the panel. If you want things autographed and signed and want to get into the panels, that's all now. It's done by, you have to sign up and prepay for all of that now. But when it comes
August
to the stores,
7th is the cutoff. I think August 7th is the cutoff for all this stuff.
But if you want to go to like the stores to buy exclusive shit, you got to get there and get online and get a ticket. There is no pre anything online. Only like the panel and the autographing is now free. Yep.
I got you. People sell their Funko Pop tickets for $300, even if you don't get a pop figure. Wow, that's crazy. All right, Brian, let's get your grades and predictions for what we have going forward. I'll be right back.
This episode gets a B- for me. I think that it was okay. I don't think that it's terrible, but I understand why people didn't want to see it. They didn't enjoy it as much as the previous ones. It should have been before Age of the Dawn of Apocalypse or whatever. You don't do that storyline before and expect us to enjoy this.
Right.
I think going forward, I really believe Onslaught definitely. I still think the Horseman's going to be important. I think we're going to see a lot more Apocalypse, and they're going to talk about Professor X as it's changing. But we're going to have a lot more of Storm. I think we're going to get a lot more of other things going in the next episode, because you got to bring in some more X-Men. Because right now they've been focusing on the same people over and over again, and we haven't seen Cable in a long time. We haven't seen Jean Grey in a long time. We haven't seen Cyclops. When's the last time you saw Storm? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to really get back into those type of characters too.
Did you know what the next episode is titled, Brian? Because we talked about it before.
No,
it's titled Danger.exe.
Oh, okay. That's just like they did in 92.
In 92, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey, Tamika, how you
now
doing?
that you know that's going to be the next episode, predictions?
I think they're going to follow the same storyline, though. I'm wondering, do you
think it's going to go to Danger Room?
I don't know. So we talked about this on Thursday, and if it's not even Danger Room, it's Danger that you're going, because the Danger Room, but then you want to put the character Danger out there. But what do you do with the Danger Room? Because but that means Polaris is going to be in it.
That's why I was
so that kind of, are we going to go to the mansion? Is Polaris going to be there for that reason? I don't know. But Danger is the physical manifestation of like the Danger Room. It's like this physical thing. So that's sentience, but I don't know if we're going to get the Shi'ar stuff. So, there's just so many things that could go with that. But I think no matter what, it still tells me that you won't have Professor X be the focus of this episode.
Right. I agree. He'll be the focus. So I didn't know, because of when I found out the title, I was like, oh, I wonder if they'll bring in Polaris into this episode, which is going to wind up triggering, him going into his, and wanting to bring Magneto back. I didn't know if this was going to be the episode that'll trigger that, and then we might not see him again for like another episode, because I think the episode after that is what, Savage Land, Savage Heart. So I think I
think that could be inside his mind too. But do the Shi'ar technology, like do you have Shi'ar? The Shi'ar in there, because they're the technology that actually makes Danger sentient. So like, do you get that too?
So I
don't know.
And I'm glad you guys brought it up, because I did Google it and I forgot to mention it. So we have, for episode 6, we have guest appearances, and I think I heard a video talking about it. Best guest appearances we have for this episode will be Polaris, Warlock, Havoc, Danger, and Apocalypse.
So if Danger's there, then that's what the Shi'ar is going to be there. That means we're going to be dealing with a lot of Professor X's mind and seeing him change a lot, dealing with Apocalypse. But you're not going to be able to deal with it because you don't have a full Professor X. So.
Right.
Yep. So those are the episode, the guest stars that we have, and I agree with you guys. I think it's going to be showing a lot more of Professor X and Magneto's mind meld or whatever, which is going to lead up into the onslaught. So that's very interesting. What do you think
they do with Polaris, though? If you're not going to do anything with Magneto, are you changing her story? Are you talking about, X-Force? Like, what are you doing with Polaris?
Well, the way it sounds in here is like she's going to be joining the X-Men again, right? Because when I read the synopsis here, hold on, where'd it go?
She could leave X-Factor and deal with that. So I could see her leaving X-Factor, coming back to the X-Men as it's coming, as they are, and then Jubilee could say, "Hey, she's the one who got me out, who did all this stuff." That makes a lot of sense.
It says season 2, episode 6 of X-Men 97 features an emotional return by former X-Men Polaris to the Xavier Institute. So I don't know if she's just going to show up there or as if she's actually going to be a part of it. So I'm guessing she's probably going to rejoin them up, especially after the encounter with Jubilee. So maybe she's joining them back. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely interesting. He said, I think they showed a sneak peek for episode 6 in Times Square. Really?
That's got to be online then.
Let me see if I can find it.
You can find it.
97 episode. Shit. Just give me season 1. Let's see if we can find this one. Season 2, Episode 6. And let's see if we can find it. We got a promo here.
Awesome.
All right, so let me bring this one up. Said, I think we need a spin-off of X-Men 97. What kind of spin-off would y'all be happy seeing? Or what character would you like to see get their own spin-off story? Storm.
100%. I'll love Storm.
you know
I'll
I
be
mean?
happy with Storm. And give me the regular real T'Challa. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. You mean the song?
Type of faceless animated videos that helped us grow our channel 10 times in 2025. And we created this video in under 5 minutes with ToonB AI.
Not getting me.
Just type your...
The X-Men are off the grid and our world's going to hell.
You want us to be part of your Black Ops team?
This is dangerous. Once you're in, you're in.
This team got a name?
The only ones left to stop Apocalypse are us.
X-Force's blatant acts of rebellion will not be tolerated. X-Factor will not rest until these fugitives are brought to justice.
Peace out, losers!
Isn't it just me? Is that
X-Men?
That's episode 3,
to
right?
the 90s.
Yeah, it says episode 6 up here, but that's episode 3. Episode 5. I guess we don't really have anything here.
They're fighting against danger. Hold on, let me see if I find it.
Because that's what it has to be. You're looking for danger.
Yeah, absolutely. See the 2 episodes. Let's see if I put in promo.
Trailer or anything? Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, I got the promo. Let me see.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
I got one here too.
Okay.
I don't know if this is real. Let's see.
The X-Men 97 Season 2 Episode 6 trailer.
Definitely not that one.
That might have been the trailer. That might have been the right trailer.
Hold on. Let's see.
The X-Men 97 Season 2 Episode 6 trailer teases an action-packed chapter as the X-Men face a dangerous new threat that could change their future forever. Tensions rise within the team, while old enemies return with unexpected alliances. Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue, Storm, and Jean Grey prepare for an intense battle filled with emotional stakes and explosive mutant powers. Mysterious clues hint at shocking revelations, leaving fans eager to uncover the truth. Stunning animation.
I love Psylocke.
Let me move that chat. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on, my bad. I want to move this chat box. All right, so let's try this again.
It's just stuff that's happened through the season so far, too,
right?
Yeah. Which makes sense if it's only the promo trailer. Okay, I can see that one. He said it's in Twitter. And the trailer we saw Jean creating Wolverine's claws and shooting Cyclops' beam. They were fighting against danger. Interesting.
That was what we used to watch. Yeah.
He said, were they crying out? Said, no, it wasn't in Times Square Dam. I see they were crying out. Okay, I got you. All right, well, anything else for the episode?
No, I mean, as I said, this is a fine episode. I just think that we're going to get a lot more information for next week. I'm excited to see what actually happens and how they go about getting the onslaught. What they're doing with Polaris. What are they doing with the X Mansion? You know, are they? Is it going to be a school there? Are they going back to that? Or are they attacking the X-Men on campus?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely
coming the way they are. You know, so that might be interesting.
Yeah.
Said search X-Men 90 second. He said the clip has no audio. I got you. You said it's on X, or hold on, let me see. Season 2. Yeah, I don't really see it here, bro. I don't see it here. It's just giving me a lot of the stuff we already seen. But I mean, I bet you've seen it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that you've seen it, man. There's no doubt in my mind. But we've been going on for like 2 hours and 18 minutes, and we are going to close it up. I appreciate that's because Brian came late. You know what I mean?
This is my fault.
That's always the black guys.
I'm good.
No.
I'm used to doing like 5-hour streams on From with Lori, Lori Cinema and Therapy. We're on like for 4 or 5 hours, so this is fine.
That's crazy. Said I need a Bobby, aka Iceman, special episode this season. Maybe connected to X Factor with his ex.
I don't think you're gonna get Iceman.
Neither do I, and I'm not really like, I don't really care about Iceman too much, anyways. So I'm good. I'm good. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yo, 1/3 Spoiler Kings. We go on live Mondays and Thursdays and Saturday nights. I cannot wait to be able to talk about what we saw from Odyssey, what we saw from, we're going to see from Interview with the Vampire, or the Vampire Lestat. This finale tonight. We're going to talk about what is it? Game of whatever, the House of the Dragons. The last episode pissed me off, so I'm kind of a little bit off of that, but we'll still talk about it. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it. See you guys on Monday.
I'm surprised not more episodes of that crappy ass show are pissing you guys off. Yeah. Jen, go ahead.
You guys can find me and catch me on Nerdy AF. You can also find me on Real Cinema Therapy, Sci-Fi Vision, and of course, right here with the guys on Big Afford Entertainment.
Absolutely, 100%. Now you guys can go watch that crappy ass House of Dragons, because I know it's coming on. Danny's already like, oh, House of Dragons,
I gotta watch
House of Dragons
first. I have to watch the finale.
Wait, hold on. Oh, Lestat is finished? This is the last one?
Yeah, this is the last one.
Thank you, God. Wait, hold on. Did you watch the last episode of Cape Fear?
Oh my God.
Brian, are you watching it?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh
my God, bro. Yo, the show's fire, dude.
Yeah, we should just do a video on it once it's done, just talking
absolutely.
about it. Oh my
I'll watch
God,
the whole
crazy.
thing. Sure, that's what we doing tonight.
I promise you'll watch it, and then you'll want to watch it all after the first episode.
Absolutely, you're going to just want to keep watching it. It's so good.
Yo, Cade is a bad man, though. He is a bad man, bro. Anyways, guys, thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. We out. Peace.
Bye.